Wondery Plus subscribers can listen to Crime and Sports early and ad-free right now. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
In the depths of an Atlanta forest, a clash between activists and authorities ends in tragedy. I'm Matthew Scher, and on my new podcast, We Came to the Forest, we expose the hidden truths behind a shootout that left one activist dead and countless lives forever changed. Binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest ad-free on Wondery Plus.
Hello, and welcome to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I am Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another insanely crazy, wild, just hold on to your damn rail and your roller coaster edition of Crime and Sports. This is a crazy one because we're jumping without a net today. It's one of these where we're in a country we've never been in before, doing a sport that we've done like once very poorly because we know not a fucking thing about it. And
water polo.
And, well, no, we figured that out sort of by the end of that. But
sports so easy, a pregnant chick can do it.
But cricket, we have no idea. And the greatest thing is, since we've done the cricket episode, so many people from like England and other countries where cricket is very prominent have sent us messages going, I see it every day. I grew up with it. I still don't know what the fuck is going on. So you're not alone.
Yeah.
To just look at it, you're never going to figure it out. Like, even if you're inundated with it, it's still complicated and weird.
You can watch baseball and figure it out and be like, oh, all right, yeah, they got to do this.
You totally can figure it out. Yeah, it's very simple. Cricket,
you're like, why they bounce it at
what
him?
is happening? And then he hits it, but if it's I don't know. We'll talk about it because we'll talk about our complete lack of understanding of the rules of cricket.
And I did
me.
my best because Busby in Australia fucking loves cricket.
Oh, and I read about, I'm doing all this. I've watched cricket to try to figure it out, and I'll read and then watch at the same time. Doesn't make any sense to me. I have no idea what's happening. All I know is
that's the sport with the sticky wicket, right?
And they wear helmets for some reason, but they don't. The balls are thrown at the ground, so I don't know how they're going to get hit in the head with the goddamn thing unless you foul it off.
Yeah,
but it's not called a foul. It's called like a didgeridoo or some shit. I don't know what's going on. We'll get into that. Some house cleaning, though, quickly.
Hey, call it that, because when you get drilled in the head with it, you hear that humming.
Yeah. Ooh, I got didgeridipped. So that's when you foul off a cricket ball in cricket. Before that, house cleaning wise, thank you guys for all your reviews this week. They really do help a lot. So thank you. If you haven't done it yet, please get on the purple icon there, Apple Podcast, iTunes, whatever the hell it is. Give us 5 stars. I know it takes a second to sign in, but we had to figure out cricket. So give us a goddamn break here.
Or didn't.
That's right. We had to try to figure out cricket. We had to spend a lot of time failing to figure out cricket. So it doesn't matter what you say. It's not for our ego. It's really just to drive us up the charts. So it doesn't matter. Just following instructions, following directions. Okay. Here's your goddamn review. I don't think they let you curse, but here's your review, idiots. That's fine. We're happy with that as long as there's 5 stars attached to it. That'd be great. Also, go to shutupandgivememurder.com for all of your crime and sports and small town murder needs. All of your mugs and your leggings and your t-shirts and everything like that you want. Also, though, more importantly, tickets to live shows because this week, the 15th and the 15th is pre-sale. 17th of May here is full on sale for Small Town Murder Tour. All the dates are up there. There's a ton of stuff, and I know there's no crime in sports right now, but we're working on it. That's gonna happen. It's going to happen. Yeah. There will be a crime in sports this year, a live crime in sports. We don't know where it is yet, and we sort of do, but we can't tell you. But you might have to travel for it. I don't know, but it might be the only one we do for a while. So you guys need to step up and get there for that. But we're going to try it our best, though. We are going to try it. Also, if you want to be one of our superstar, wonderful, fabulous, incredible producers, that's very easy to do. That can be done right from shutupandgivememurder.com. As a matter of fact, you can go to take the link over to patreon.com patreon.com, and you can make a donation there, patreon.com/crimeandsports, or you can go over to PayPal and use our email address, which is crimeandsports@gmail.com, and you can make a one-time donation there, and we will love you forever for even a one-time donation.
Won't even slow down.
And we will read your name off and say how wonderful you are at the end of the show, which is another thing you can do.
I don't know if I can spell it and say it. I'll try my best.
They'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes.
Give it a run.
Give it a run. So here we go. Let's lift off here. Let's go to another place, another continent, another country, and another sport, and let's talk about somebody else.
Is it Africa?
Let's talk about another asshole. It is Africa.
Oh, look at me.
It is Africa. We are going to talk about Anthony Lorraine Wilmot, who you've never heard of, better known as Lorrie Wilmot.
How?
This is a man.
Say his name again?
Anthony Lorraine.
Oh, what? No.
Wilmot. Which, okay, I get it in other countries. I don't know, Lorraine might be a man's name.
Yeah.
I mean, here, there's different names. And
you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want. That's fine. But when I hear the word Lorraine, I had a great aunt, racist Nan's sister's name is Lorraine. So I picture an old lady who makes racist jokes.
Isn't that the guy from... Wasn't that
who?
Wasn't that Calvin's mom in Back to the Future? Wasn't that?
Oh yeah.
Wasn't her name Lorraine?
There you go. So that's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's like a 50s woman with like a tight haircut that's like up and like in curlers at night. That
being
sort of thing.
Being assaulted by Biff in the back
Being assaulted by Biff, and then later on laughing it off like that. Well,
that was a funny thing.
That was the 50s. Like super strange.
Hilarious. He tried to rape me.
Have I told you the joke about the 4 black guys and the Polak? That would be like that's how they are. So that's what I picture. Yeah. But he goes by Lorrie, which is Lorrie.
Nope.
So Anthony Lorraine Wilmot, Lorrie Wilmot. That's all you're ever going to hear here. Born June 1st, 1943. So he's an older fella here, as we'll talk about. And Jesus, this guy's a scumbag. We've had a lot of like cracky guys lately. We went on a crack run.
We did.
We went on a nice crack run. That was fun. It was I wanted a crack run, so we went on a crack binge. What do you want from us? So we did on a binge of kind of cracky episodes, and this guy, I promise you, never smokes crack.
Not crack once.
No crack, no drugs are not involved here at all. It's way worse than that.
Not even any drugs.
No, I mean, he's born in 1943. I mean, maybe he was on something to make his hip feel better in his older years. I'm not sure. But
he missed it.
Yeah, he didn't
born in the wrong time.
Didn't do drugs for fun, I don't think. We'll put it that way. He's born in Somerset East, which is in Eastern Cape, South Africa.
Okay.
This area here, I had to just kind of figure out what the hell it was, and this area, I guess, the area he's from is where white people came first. As there's a big kerfluffle there of what they even call those people.
What do they call?
Because let's face it, we're got an elephant in the room off the top here. It's South Africa. There's just always a racial component to South Africa, especially if we're talking pre ending of apartheid. And it goes on today, but I mean, like then I was in the fucking open. It was in the law. So,
but South Africa is predominantly occupied by white people at this point.
Fuck
right?
No, way more black people.
Really?
The white people just fucking run everything and own everything.
Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
because they came in and were basically like, this place is nice. Yeah, we'll take all this land and shit, and
you guys work for us.
Maybe, probably not though. Probably just stay in the slums.
Get away from the ocean. There are more white people coming.
It's weird, and I've been reading. It's true, man. Make room.
Yeah,
make room. Hey, we have more coming. What did you think? This is all we brought?
We're holding these seats.
No, I put my jacket on it. Does anyone? No one noticed? No. I put my jacket. 3 black guys sat down anyway. What the fuck? That's what was going on. But they're like, no, this is we're here. Yeah. And they're like, they just showed up like, this is good. Which we shouldn't talk because that's where are we sitting? They just showed up on a boat and went, yeah, this is good.
All you red guys move back.
Different people, but this is to this day there's a huge issue of whether these people are called settlers or pioneers. That's a big issue. I'm unclear, even after reading a lot about it. I'm unclear which side wants it to be called which.
Okay,
because they both sound sort of pro.
Yeah.
They both sound
Right.
like they'd be like here, settler and pioneer both have positive
Same thing.
connotations,
Right.
whereas there, one of those is negative.
Really?
Yeah, I think maybe settler is negative. I think that's the negative
That
one.
sounds right, because it was already settled, dickhead.
Or they wanted it to be, yeah, I think so. Like they called themselves the settlers, and then the people were pissed off and were like, "You're not settlers." And then they said, "How about pioneers?" And they were like, "All right, that's
Whatever.
fine." Which still, it's whatever.
Pioneer
So,
just sounds like first guy to do it. You
that's
know what I mean?
yeah, which
Which
I
is
mean,
really second guy to do it.
which is yeah,
Or
it was a
further.
shitload more guys there. So this place was founded, quote unquote, by Lord Charles Somerset in 1825. So their history of people being there other than native people is a lot newer than us.
It's very similar to us.
It's very similar, just newer. Yeah, it's strange because here I feel like people, not to be anything political, is just kind of common sense, is I feel like people here, after a while, there were so many more European people here that there was like, oh, look how much many of us more there is of us. This is clearly ours now. And whereas, not that makes it better. I'm just saying, whereas there, it's like you're such a minority too. It makes no sense. Like it's just a very strange thing.
There's 35 of you here.
Yeah, it's what are we doing? Somehow we took the place over.
Right.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It would
It's
be like
fascinating, but they're just taking the credit for making it better. Which, yeah, in a way, because
For
you've
them.
because you've got like plumbing and shit. But
Yeah.
then you brought McDonald's, and that's not better.
Not only that, I was just reading an article about South Africa yesterday, actually, during this, and it was completely separate of this. Like it came up anyway in a just Google News thing, and then I read it, and I was like, oh well, I'm doing South Africa anyway, might as well read about this. And they were talking about how, there's the cities there are some of the worst divide from rich and poor
Really?
in the world. Like makes us look like shit, and we're terrible with that. But
like the gap between the two.
the gap, it's basically, the rich, and then it falls off a cliff to poor. Like there's not a big.
You got people with a benzo, and then you got people walking on like old tires.
They're showing like there's this picture of this beautiful neighborhood with these beautiful houses, and they're like sitting up on this wall overlooking what is the slums, but what looks like that can't be occupied.
Really?
Looks like whatever was down there burned down about 5 years ago, and people have been pissing on it ever since on the embers just to make sure. And that's what it is. But people are living in that, and there's no plumbing in half these places, and it's fucking horrible.
That's terrible.
Yeah, there's South Africa's a weird place, and it's gotten, I guess, bad with the the wealth discrepancies.
So there's
there.
no middle class at all.
I don't know about that. I'm not positive. I don't know everything. I just know in certain areas that there'll be rich neighborhoods butted right up against like the slummiest slums. Just South America's got the same type of thing
it's
there.
Seattle.
But there wasn't much slum in Seattle. It was just homeless encampments.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
There's homeless, and then there's people with houses.
Yeah. It's
There's
like
not like much in between.
It's like when you looked south driving through El Paso and went, Jesus, South El Paso looks like shit. And I said, you mean Juarez, Mexico, Jimmy? That's a whole other country over there, pal.
That's my favorite story of anything we've ever experienced, because it highlights not just it not just highlights an economic divide. It also seriously highlights my stupidity in geography.
We had just crossed
exactly where we were.
We just went through a border fucking check. We just went through a border check with guys in gray fucking brown shirts and dogs and everything. And we just went through that.
And I'm like, those people look really not doing very
South
well.
El Paso, get it together. Jesus. Wow. What's going on over there? I don't know. They're not capable of just moving to North El Paso, Jimmy.
They gotta really stop suckling off the government's teeth.
Yeah, I mean, look at it over there. It's South El Paso. Look at the difference between North and South El Paso. It's mind-boggling. The sad thing is, it's
Jim,
not that
I always
bad.
told you the South Side sucks in every town. And you're like, Jimmy, that's the North side.
Outside of like a Whataburger and some Starbucks, it's really not that different. El Paso's a shit.
not.
That's really pretty lousy.
El Paso's not great.
Yeah. See, I can say that because we're not going there this year. So,
See you in Houston.
Yeah, we will be in Houston and Dallas, which is on the other side of the state where they probably mercilessly make fun of El Paso. Like that's their punchline. Like they're from El Paso. Yeah.
Applause.
I feel like that's how it works there. That's their punchline. El Paso, maybe Amarillo. I'm not sure. Maybe, but El Paso's way worse.
That old panhandle, that'll get you every time.
That's bad stuff.
But El Paso still, I don't care. I wouldn't give a fuck if that was like El Paso was like a small suburb as a capital of a big city.
The worst.
It's still a piece of shit.
It is.
It's horrible.
It's so bad. Apparently, this area there's a lot of forest and mountains and things like that. It's a kind of a rural area where he's from. There's a natural reserve in the area that's a big wooded, I guess like a forest, national forest type place there. There's it's a bird watching destination there also. There's so many trees and bird washing. They track them down, grab them, and wash them. Really, that's hard. That's a hard gig.
Yeah,
that's one of the hardest gigs in South Africa is a bird washer. Really. Once you get a hold of them, I mean, they're small, they're pretty easy to wash, but to grab onto them, they really don't want to be caught and held. I'll tell you that much right now.
I just saw
difficult.
Like a car wash, and they just fly through.
They're going through. Okay, I saw
through the brushes.
I saw a guy grabbing onto him and be like, "Will you fucking stop moving?" As he has a toothbrush. Like, I'm supposed to wash you, asshole. And
That's my job.
Come on, goddammit.
Tweet.
It's for your own fucking good. Maybe if you use the bird bath, I wouldn't have to do this. You lazy bastard. You fucking flying around like an asshole all day. You fucking shitty house. So anyway, bird washing. Again, I said it because I'm looking at something else, and that's what it says. Wow. Okay. People do wash birds there.
James, I'm the dumb one.
Jesus Christ. Trout fishing also there. There's local dams. There's all sorts of trout going on there. Also, malaria-free safari, they call it, which...
Got to brag on that.
You have to specify. Yeah. No malaria on this one, guys. Like, that's fucking hilarious. A malaria-free safari. That makes me... Why do we have to bring malaria up at all?
Is the possibility of it make it cheaper? Is that what that is?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is this like a more expensive... Is this a deluxe gold package
we
I'm
guarantee.
getting? We guarantee. But I just
your money back. At that point, I just rather you're gonna die.
It's just funny that they would have to mention it. To the mere mention of malaria makes me go, malaria free or not? I'm thinking about malaria now. I don't want to go there. Also hunting, and they have a golf course in this area, that sort of thing. So one person said of the Eastern Cape, they said that this is kind of the way you could sum up this area. Quote, there are only 2 seasons here, cricket season and hunting season.
Oh.
So that's all they give a shit about. Okay. It's kind of like, it's like Alabama. They have college football season and hunting season, which I think are the same thing.
Right.
And the rest of the year, they hibernate. That's it. If you go to Alabama they kind
of overlap, though, I imagine.
Well, I mean, if you go right now, there's just, the streets are empty. Everyone's hibernating. That's what happens.
They're hunting something.
No. It's the summer. They have, I don't know what I'm sure there's it's like possum season or something. But, something. But there's times of year when it's not hunting or college football season. They all hibernate. And it's very nice. You go, it's very quiet. You have to be, when you go to Alabama, shh. Everyone's sleeping. They're hibernating. Everyone. That's all they care about. It's not. No.
And then that fucking roll tide starts.
That's it, boy. And
everybody wakes up.
They wake right up, boy. Like, okay, let's do this. Let's get some fatty meats and sit the fuck down and watch this.
Push the beer in me.
Push the beer in me. They say that cricket here is it's like a way of life. It's like a religion here. It's a huge deal. They talk about that this is like one of those places where cricket's so popular, but it hasn't really, in the last 30, 40 years, hasn't really produced any big national stars or anything like that. It's a kind of a weird deal here.
I'm reluctant to ask based on what your response is going to be to this dumbass question. Is this this is not the Horn of Africa, that tip, right? Is that the other area?
I'm not sure about the Horn of Africa.
Is the Horn up at that corner, or is the Horn on the bottom corner?
I think it's on the bottom, but this is the Eastern Cape. I think the Horn's the west side.
I don't know. So dumb.
Listen, I did not study the geographical implications of this episode at all. I've just heard the word the Horn a lot. Yeah, I know you have to go around the Horn, so I know it's at the bottom. I just don't know.
Or is that at the top near that canal where the shipping vessels vessels
it's definitely
come through.
no. That's a totally different thing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's a totally different
All
thing.
right, so that's where the like pirates are at the bottom.
The bottom. Well, on the sides there.
Okay.
Somalia is down the side.
So this is a
But
scary area.
Up on top. Well, it depends. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe.
That's my question.
I feel like anywhere where is a scary piratey area. Honestly.
Anything that surrounds the circumference of Africa.
Or anywhere.
Yeah.
I would rather, I don't know, do anything than be on a fucking cruise.
Okay.
Like anything. Anything.
A cruise, yeah.
A cruise.
But I'm thinking about employees,
boat.
yeah.
I'm not going out there because it's like, even if it's for fun, you're all going to get sick and shit all over each other if it's a cruise. And otherwise, you're going to get stolen by pirates and hijacked.
Yeah.
So either way, you're
right.
fucked. And I don't want some immigrant journey across the, I don't want that. That's how my grandmother got here. You know what I mean?
A freighter.
To escape a destroyed war fucking battered country. I don't know. I'm not doing that.
Like
this is not
smoke on your face
1947.
from
Yeah.
the diesel?
Yeah, with soot on me and shit. And I got to wear like one of those like gray paperboy caps with soot on my face.
Derby?
Yeah, and a wool coat. I got to get there and not know my name and be renamed, and it's going to be a mess. I can't do it.
So it's dangerous.
It's
That's
dangerous.
The point.
Our friend comedian Dan Cummins went and did a cruise thing, and I was like, "You're out of your fucking mind." No. And then you're trapped on a boat with people after you've done your act? What are you, nuts? Are you out of your fucking mind?
And you can't go like from green room to like cabin?
Well, the worst, they could hate you, and then you're stuck on a boat for days with a bunch of people who fucking hate you and know your innermost thoughts that you just told them on stage, and now they hate your guts. Or even worse, they like you, and then you're stuck on a fucking boat with them for 3 days. With
quoting your jokes and telling you how great you are.
A lot of new friends that you're overwhelmed to have. In a confined space.
Well, you're just trying to get the lobster.
And how many murder movies take place on a cruise ship?
All of them.
All of them. Someone's going to kill you. They plunk it. Or how do we get rid of the body? I don't know. Push them into the fucking ocean. They'll never find them. We're in the middle of the ocean. It's gone. So it's very dangerous.
That's where they put Osama bin Laden. Put him in there.
And Goldie Hawn.
Right.
Both. So, this place here, apparently it's race relations are troubled in this area as well. They talk about in this area how, there's been, I guess, some restitution racially in this area. People have been given certain land. I don't know if it's been given away or money. I'm not sure, but it's mainly like white commercial farmers here. Okay. So this pisses off the black people. Obviously, they talk about crime is a big deal here. South Africa, from everything I've heard, it's like fucking Cambodia in the 70s. It's like the fucking deer hunter over there. Yeah. It's a mess. No, you don't like it. Like, I can't remember what comedian it was.
I mean, it's unpredictable.
Oh, it's unpredictable. I can't remember what comedian it was, but they were on a podcast talking about going to South Africa. So there was some kind of stop in some circuit down. Somebody who was bringing in comics all the time in South Africa and paying them a great deal of money to be there. And this guy talked about he went outside of his hotel and literally he said the door hadn't closed behind him before he was robbed already.
Holy shit.
He said the fucking door hadn't closed to the hotel. He could still hear people checking in as the fucking guy was robbing him.
Was it the doorman?
He just stepped out. Okay, what's good? Give me your shit. And he was like, what? I'm not even, wait a sec. I'm not on the street yet.
I'm not prepared
Hold on.
Yet.
I'm on base. He's like a game of tag. I'm not in yet. I'm still
air conditioning is still hitting my neck.
I'm observing shit right now, and then I'll once I cross the street, then I'm into the mix, and then you can rob me fine.
It's like double dutch. I haven't even taken my first
not
jump.
Fair.
Yet.
Ollie oxen free, and this is not good. It's fucking ridiculous. So that's South Africa's got some crime. Let's just say that. It's a very crimey kind of country here. They also talk about kind of the way sex works here. It's a little rapey, we'll just say.
Oh no.
It's a little weird. It's a little
there's a gray area.
It's weird, man. They talk about there's just some it's almost like I feel like it's very Alabama-y, not in terms of that, but there's like some backwood shit going on that nobody, some like, people make booze in the woods and shit, like there's stuff like that, like some hill shit going on. Not really Alabama, more of Arkansas. We'll say more of a Ozark type situation happening here.
Under the guise of we're doing this metropolitan like.
Yeah. Real cosmopolitan. It's more Tombstone.
Yeah.
Sorry. Very cosmopolitan. So this guy here, he ends up playing cricket, obviously. I don't know much about his childhood. I know that he's got a brother.
Yeah.
He's got a brother, Norman.
Yeah.
Norman Neil Wilmot. He gets all man names.
Yeah.
Why is this guy?
What happened to Lorrie?
What happened to fucking Lorraine over here? And Norman is a very...
It's as manly as it
It's
gets.
like an old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Norman's a guy whose balls hit the toilet water. You know what I mean? It's an old man right there.
There's no confusion when you say this is Norman. You go, oh, where's that dude?
Yeah, where's he? Yeah, there's no. Where is he or she? Are they here yet? That never comes out of your mouth when you hear Norman.
Did they have a great time?
No, you just go, is he all right? Is that fat fuck okay? Yeah. Norman's such a guy name you can call it him a fat fuck before you meet him and he'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
That's what a guy he is.
He knows he's got a few pounds to lose.
It's true. It's
Even
true.
if he's not a giant fat fuck, he makes fun of the fat that he does have.
I'm obsessed with this lately. Because as we're on the subject of the way men kind of interact with each other. We have been Sarah and I have been on a binge. She did somebody's podcast. Had to watch an episode of Flavor of Love.
Oh, great.
Okay, for this podcast.
I remember that she was doing that.
Yeah, so I watched it with her, and so then we went on this binge of old shitty reality shows that are on Hulu. And so we've been just up to our ass in just trash, just absolute fucking trash. And it's just so funny. The difference between like the way men and women are in these shows is so fucking funny when you watch basically anything. Like we were watching I Love New York. Okay.
Oh, that was that girl.
It was the girl that Flavor Flav didn't pick twice.
Right.
So.
How hilarious is that?
But
Didn't pick her twice.
Give
her a show.
Give her a show. And at the time, it was like the highest rated show in the history of crazy shit, right? So they're out. They have this thing where she has, whatever the three guys left, and they bring their mom and dad out to dinner with them, and they all have this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And she has this Italian guy there, and he's got his Italian, and they're the most guinea fucking. They're great. I mean, his dad's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he's got a little chain hanging out, and he looks like he's in a union. You know what I mean? He does that, right? I go down the shore once in a while. He's they seem like real, like kind of like blue collar type of people.
Okay.
And his mom's just this loud lady, and immediately starts arguing with fucking New York's mom.
Oh Jesus!
They're fucking going at cats and dogs, going back and forth. You're a transvestite, she calls her, and I'm like,
my
holy
word.
shit! Like they're going, hard at each other, and then she's calling her an ugly pig, and they're going back and forth. The father sitting
so New York
between them to where his hair's blowing from both sides of both of them yelling. He doesn't fucking look up from his pasta. You just see him twirling it. At one point, he blows on it and takes a bite like it's not even fucking happening. He has figured out a way to tune this out completely. Every other, it's amazing though. Just they fight and all the guys are like, I don't know what's going on. Watch like any of the
this
desperate.
pasta is really great.
Watch any of the Desperate Housewives show. They're all going at it. The guys are sitting there just going, I don't know what's going on right now. They got
I believe they're recording this.
They're like pushing their eyebrows aside. Going, I don't know. I gotta check. I think I gotta piss or something. Hey Johnny, what are you doing? Nothing. All right, good. Let's just sit here and wait.
Is the water full?
The main course coming soon?
Right.
Are they going to set the table after? She just threw it, but they're going to reset it. Okay, good. All right. It's fine. It's fucking hilarious. They're just like, I don't want this drama. When the guys fight, it's like, what'd you do? What? Fuck you. And they start punching each other.
Right.
And that's,
There's a fight, and then somebody gets arrested.
And they're friends.
Right.
Like 3 days later.
They get arrested, and then the dude that gets punched bails them out. And
It's so fucking weird. Yeah. I think we're the dumb ones, honestly, in this scenario. We're the idiots.
We should probably just sit there and bait each other.
Yeah, we go along with the fucking program. So that had nothing to do with anything, but it was very interesting to me.
Fun.
Now, this guy here, he's a right-handed batter, and they have his bowling style as right arm medium.
Oh,
I don't know if that's.
So he's a pitcher.
I don't know.
Also,
I guess if is that right arm medium? Is that an arm angle, a speed?
I think. One of those?
Does he have a medium?
Is the answer yes?
Length arm? Does he have one arm that's shorter than the other that he bowls? I don't know how this works. So his brother Norman played professional cricket.
Okay.
His brother Norman started in 1957.
So the both of them are pitchers or cricket players.
I don't know who's pitching or catching, Jimmy, but they're both playing. Let's just put it that
Got
way.
you.
Lorraine's playing with Norman, if you know what I mean. So they're he plays 1958. Apparently, he plays on and off until 1968, 69.
Okay.
But then his stats don't really make sense for a long career. so I don't know what to make of it. It says that he's got, I think that's 7 matches, and he's got, I don't know what's going on here. Okay,
this is in the 70 season?
I don't know. This is his whole career. I have batting and fielding averages, and then I have bowling averages.
Okay.
He has 321 runs.
Did he start playing bowling? Is that what happened? Is the bowling average like a 260?
I don't think it's... Okay, is it like... It's not like baseball, I don't think, where like the bowler then is like off for 4 days, and then he bowls again one day.
That's a good point.
I think maybe the bowler plays other positions, and then somebody else...
And then he rotates in?
Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense.
I don't know... I don't know.
Nobody takes this shit serious anyway.
I don't know what kind of skill set you need to be a bowler. Is what I'm getting at. Like, I don't
probably
know.
Had to pick up a shift at his day job.
Yeah, that's probably right. You're right. So he's coming in later. So it's whatever you get. He's medium.
Right.
But like in America, to be a pitcher, you have to be like a freak of nature and throw a ball harder than like 99.999% of the rest of the population. I don't know if you need that cricket
and in
bowling.
A window that's ridiculously
the control and it's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's why baseball is hard, because there's like 8 good pitchers in the entire fucking league. It's a very hard position to master. It's not that great. It's hard.
Right.
It's fucking hard. I don't know if it's the same level of difficulty
because you're bouncing it off the fucking ground.
You're bouncing it. I don't know, and I don't know the goal, because I don't know if the goal is to get him to hit it where you want it, or to get him to get him to miss. But it doesn't seem, the fucking thing is big and flat, and the ball's big. I don't know how you miss the fucking thing. I don't know how you're missing it. So because guys bunt, which is essentially the same fucking shit. They bunt by holding a round bat and a smaller fucking ball. So that would be harder. Than a big flat. If they had a big flat fucking paddle to bunt with, everybody'd be a great bunter. So what I'm getting at is I don't know if what the goal of throwing the fucking ball and bouncing it off the ground, you're trying to get it by him or trying to get him to hit it to where you want or what. Whereas I know in baseball, there's some guys who are trying to get contact, but most of the time they'd be thrilled if you didn't hit the ball at all.
Don't touch it.
That'd be great.
That's the best option.
That works for me.
Yeah.
The least amount of risk involved.
Swing and completely miss.
Or just watch me throw you strikes down the middle. Either one. But
or nip it and then it goes into the catcher's mitt. Best case scenario.
That's terrific.
Done deal. One pitch over.
Let's get it go. Well, he'd have to pop it up because otherwise it's a foul tip.
Right. That's my point. But if he catches it, then it's out.
Only on strike 3.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, he'd have to hit it kind of. I don't know what the actual trajectory of the rule is for that in baseball.
How far up it's got to go?
How far
What's the angle?
What's the angle? Yeah.
That's a good point.
I feel, because
how many feet off the ground, ump?
Suppose he tips it and it bounces off the catcher's shoulder pad or chest protector and bounces into the air. Then the catcher catches it. Well, it went up in the air. Is that an out now?
Is it done?
I've never seen that happen in baseball, and it's been going on for 150 years.
Somebody turn around and look at that ump and go,
If anybody's ever seen that happen in baseball, let me know. Yeah, because I don't fucking know.
But isn't it just a little nip off the bat and into the catcher's mitt? Isn't that an out?
No.
What do they call that?
It's a strike.
What the shit?
A foul.
That doesn't make any sense.
Foul tip. A foul tip is different than a foul. A foul tip is just tipping into the glove.
Foul tip and caught is a fucking out.
Strike 3, that's a strike. That counts as strike 3. Otherwise, a foul tip is just a foul.
That's bullshit.
That's interesting. So I don't know. So Neil played for a while. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I don't understand his stats, but he played for a while here.
Gotcha. At least 10 years.
At least supposedly, yeah. And it's in that he got 7 matches in. Apparently, I don't know how. I don't know if that's only. I think that's only in. Because there's different levels of cricket. I think that might have only been in the major one, but then he played for 10 years in the Class A, I believe it is. Because there's first class, and I think there's Class A, and I'm sure I'm wrong about that. But he plays for several teams, kind of Lorrie over here, Anthony Lorraine. Lorrie, starting in 1958, he starts playing for teams like kind of minor league teams, kind of under the Eastern Province banner
around the horn.
Yeah, he's playing. I don't know. They have minor league teams, I guess, lesser teams that are sort of connected with them, like they have in soccer. Like you have to have some sort of feeder system. You can't just get a guy and
grab some kids,
plunk him into the starting lineup. So
pulling plumbers.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, you would be at that point. So 1961, here. The Eastern Province cricket team, there, we talk about them. They're in domestic first class at that point. I don't know what the fuck that means. This team ends up kind of going through them. They won 2 Curry Cups.
Yeah.
Which is not a cup full of curry.
No.
It's not a big,
God.
like a Stanley Cup just teeming with curry.
Jesus.
Currie.
Oh.
Some man, I assume, who was important in the game of cricket.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Or the guy who,
Where are you going with this? I'm on board.
disenfranchised the most black people. I was going to say, I don't know. But that's who they would name a trophy after, I feel like.
I wish I would have diverted that attention.
No. Hey, it's not me, it's them. What the fuck you want from me? I'm picking on them.
I got you.
So also they won 2 of those, apparently, in 88-89 and the 91-92. And then the Standard Bank Cup.
Yeah.
They have a couple of those. The South African, they have none of those, never mind. And then the Gillette Nissan Cup, they won 4 times.
Jesus.
Which I don't know which
2
is
sponsors?
bigger. Well, I think it was Gillette, then it was Nissan.
Got it.
Because there's one called the Standard Bank Cup that used to be the Benson and Hedges Cup.
Oh.
So because they changed
Gotta
sponsors.
get rid of that.
Yeah, like a NASCAR.
Pull
Used
that
to be
tobacco out of there.
Yeah, it used to be the Winston Cup, and
Right.
now it's the whatever
Nextel
the fuck.
Cup.
Isn't
it?
Does Nextel still exist?
I don't even know.
I haven't heard someone's fucking phone beep like a walkie-talkie and someone speak into it in a stupid shade of yellow.
I don't even remember.
Or fucking, I want a phone that looks like I stole it from my baby's toy fucking chest. That's what I want. I want one of those.
Can we walkie-talkie?
Beep.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Can you
No.
niner me, James?
I want everyone to hear it.
Yeah.
Everyone. I want them to hear your side, my side, the beep. I want it to really, really just stop a supermarket cold is what I want. So,
I don't know what the NASCAR Cup is anymore. I just know that it's a cup.
yeah.
It used to be the Nextel Cup.
Yeah.
I'll bet it still is.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Even
fuck.
if the shit's defunct, they don't
That or
care.
it's like the Verizon Cup now, or the fucking, I don't even know, the what's the bad one?
T-Mobile?
The Boost Mobile?
Yeah, Boost Mobile
The Boost
Cup.
Mobile Cup.
The Cricket Cup.
We need to reach a lower audience, Dan. How do we do that? How about Boost Mobile? Yes.
Yeah.
The Boost Mobile
Well, it's
Cup.
really just our audience.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
That's their audience.
So, this audience. So, I know, I was joking. I was fucking joking.
Jesus Christ.
Besides Jeremy Mayfield's wife.
Right.
So
That's who they're aiming at. Just
Yeah.
can we get Jeremy Mayfield's family in
Oh,
this?
my God.
Boost Mobile it is.
Boost Mobile. She should do all ads for everything on NASCAR.
I would love it.
That'd be great.
And then at the end, she just screamed, "Not guilty."
That's it. This is Shayna Mayfield for Pennzoil. Hi. My husband did not smoke meth. No meth was found in his house, even though there's a police report that says he had meth, and he fails multiple drug tests in a 3-day period for meth. Pennzoil, the best for your engine.
But when he drives,
Pardon?
But when he drives our lawnmower to the restaurant for our Sunday dinner, it is
Just
lubricated by Pennzoil.
filled to the brim with Pennzoil. I'll tell you that right now. Check it. Pennzoil.
Jesus
I
Christ.
say, Jeremy, there's Pennzoil in this fucking lawnmower, ain't it? And he goes, yes, there is, honey. And I say, that's right now.
Until those checks stop clearing, then we're going to Castrol.
You know how that goes.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit,
At the time, I was paranoid.
threats,
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
and murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
A few miles from the glass spires of Midtown Atlanta lies the South River Forest. In 2021 and 2022, the woods became a home to activists from all over the country who gathered to stop the nearby construction of a massive new police training facility, nicknamed Cop City.
At approximately 9 o'clock this morning, as law enforcement was moving through various sectors of the property, an individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper.
This is We Came to the Forest, a story about resistance.
The abolitionist mission isn't done until every prison is empty and shut down.
Love and fellowship.
It was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
And the lengths we'll go to protect the things we hold closest to our hearts. Follow We Came to the Forest on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
So I don't know if this is good, but this is a very cricket sentence.
Yeah.
Wilmot is said to have once hit a 6 off New Zealand spinner John Sparling that went 120 meters.
Hell yeah. Jesus, that's 360 feet.
Yeah, that's like a a power alley home run at Wrigley Field, basically. That's
he hit a 6 though.
He hit a 6 off the spinner.
Which one is the 6? Is that the spitter?
Hit a 6.
Is that the spitter?
Well, he throws a spinner. This guy.
It's a spinner spitter.
Is that his 6th spinner, or is a 6? Oh my! Is that a 6th pitch?
I don't know.
Does that mean did he foul 5 off? Was there a 3-2 count going, and then I don't know what happened.
Or is that that dirty slider? Is number 6?
Fuck.
The old number 6.
We're gonna run a number 6 on him. He ordered up the
number 6,
and we're running number 6 on him. We go into town a whomping and a whumping. Every living thing within an inch of his life.
And he took it 360. He took that number 6. He took it deep.
You didn't give me more Blazing Saddles.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that's where we were going. I didn't know we had to keep the script going.
Oh, we're going to rape the shit out of them at the number 6 dance afterwards. Sorry. Jesus Christ, Jimmy. Do I have to be everybody?
I need you to do the rape part.
I need to be Taggart and Hedley Lamar? What the fuck is going on here? What do you want from me?
I didn't know you wanted page 122.
I want Hedley Lamar from you. That's what I want. Give the governor a harumph. Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm watching that tonight now.
You should. Everyone should. Watch Blazing Saddles.
So
it's fucking fantastic.
It so holds up.
God, it's great.
A good movie.
It's fucking more. It's better now. Than
it really is.
It really is better now because now everything needs to be made fun of.
And it makes you miss. It makes you miss the lead character.
Oh Christ!
It makes you miss him.
Cleavon Little.
Yes, Cleavon. It makes you miss him because he's dead. And you go, what would have happened?
And Gene Wilder because you go,
God damn
he's still. I think he's still alive. Isn't
No, he just died 2 years
that's
ago.
Right.
Yeah.
But before that, he wasn't acting for years. He did like an A&E movie, and that's it.
Take a script, Gene.
Come on,
we need
Gene.
you.
We need you right now.
You're a goddamn genius.
You are Dr. Frankenstein and Willy Wonka. You understand the range that fucking it takes to do that? That's a lot. There's a lot in between them. And a cow.
No kids allowed.
And a cowboy.
Yeah.
All in really all in a 2-year period.
Boys.
Well, they made fucking Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles in the same year.
Did they really?
Think about that. Those movies were produced in the same fucking calendar year. Mel Brooks made 2 of the top 25 comedy classic movies of all time in the same 12-month period, and used the same lead character, the same headlining character. Well, Gene Wilder's good shit. He was amazing. Back then, that was it. Scorsese had De Niro, he had Gene Wilder. That's the way they did it. So 65-66 here. His highest score. Whoa. I don't even know what this means. I wrote this down and I don't know what it means. So I'm going to just read it. Okay. His highest score of 222, not outmade against Southern, not outmade? What does that mean? Against Southern Rhodesia in 1965-66 was at the time the second highest score achieved by an Eastern Province batsman. 222. So was that 222 at bats and didn't get out? I think that's in a game. He had a score of 222. That's crazy. But I don't think there's a 1-to-1 run to cricket score ratio. I don't think to cricket point ratio. So you can score more. You're right. You know what? I know that's true because you can score more points. You can score 100. You can score 6-7 points on a hit. Right? Well, yeah, I think if you drop a didgeridoo on somebody, then that's 10 points, and then they do you. Yeah, that's another. That's 20, I believe. And then if you pop up a whirly schmuggle, I believe a whirly schmuggle is worth, I believe it's a 50-pointer. So
just Harry Potter words.
I don't even know what that is. I think at that point it's worth a lot more.
Yeah.
So he had like 4 whirly smuggles, didgeridoo, and a
doo-doo.
And a doo-doo.
Right.
And he had all those, I believe, in one. And then
you were clever. I just went dirty. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Doo-doo.
Fuck cricket. I genuinely tried so hard to actually care about this sport.
It's so difficult.
And it's so worldly, and so many people give a shit about it.
Oh, God.
And
I would love to understand it.
Fucking understand how or why.
Don't try to explain it to us, by the way.
Don't do it.
We can't. I feel like you have to. I don't know if it's a border thing, but I don't think there's a soul who was born in America who understands cricket.
I don't think that.
I just don't think they get it.
Outside of Casey Jones and the Ninja Turtles, they don't know it exists.
Yeah, they don't. They know the bat.
Yeah.
That's a cricket bat.
It's a bitchin' bat.
It's a badass bat.
Holy shit! Like the guys, what was the company, the cricket bat that we have?
Yeah, the
God damn it!
Oh my God!
I don't
look it up.
Brand.
It's right there.
They're so good.
It's on the tip of my tongue too because we've said it a million times. But it's a fucking awesome cricket bat, and then we got sent it. We really dig it. I think that's why you'd play the sport.
Yeah,
just because the bat's cool.
Right.
It's got a dope bat.
It's a sick weapon.
But the helmet, you kind of look like a
nerd.
And you're wearing like shorts. You look like a weird, like a preppy beekeeper kind of that didn't want to wear the outfit that like just took it off but wants to keep the helmet on to be cool.
He's gonna fucking kill me. Really?
Like an NFL player in a no contact practice with no shoulder pads on, but a helmet. Just running around in Jersey. One of those things. I feel like they have all sorts of shit at the plate. There's they're dressed. They're like a catcher basically
for a ball that's coming off the ground. Sack up.
It's coming off. I could see the shin guards because it's a hard ball, the cricket ball. It's not like a baseball has a little bit of give. The cricket ball's hard as fuck. So if that thing hits you in the shin,
it might sting.
That's going to hurt like a bastard. So good baseball players wear shin guards too in case you foul one off yourself. So I get that. But
at least on one leg.
Yeah. They have gloves on, big giant like cooking
elbow
mitts.
pads now, like from the
Barry
wrist
Bonds,
to the shoulder.
Big Barry Bonds fucking elbow armor there.
Yeah.
So he, I guess they said while he was playing, he would play like in between his games of like the big important cricket teams,
the tournaments,
just like the professional ranks.
Okay.
He would play in like a bunch of like low level games too.
Really?
He said he played like basically like pickup games and like lower leagues and. He'd be playing all week and then play the games also for the big teams, which like was a very strange thing. He'd be in, I guess he was involved in a country club cricket at Manly Flats at one point. They were talking about it in one article I saw, and it was weird. And then, he would be against like minor league competition. And the next day he'd be in with the major guys and he would do fine. He was apparently a really good player. He was a big guy, 6'3", big, sturdy, stocky guy, who was, feared on the field, or whatever the fuck you call it.
Yeah.
Is it the pitch like soccer? I don't fucking know. So, Jesus Christ.
Cricket sounds like like water polo or like horse polo, like real polo.
Like on a horse.
It sounds like rich pompous dickhead sport.
I guess it is. Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what it sounds like.
There are a bunch of kids
the word country club was in there. I've never heard country club mixed into a football game.
In South Africa, we don't know what that means.
Yeah.
That might be a cage in the woods for all we know. It's out in the country and it's a club. Like, we have no idea what that means in South Africa.
It's out in the country, and you better be carrying a club to get here.
Or you're guarded by clubs.
Yeah.
And make sure you can't leave. They call Wilmot maybe the best player the Eastern Cape has produced in these rural cricket leagues out there here. They said that he could be a little bit... he could be a little bit crazy sometimes. He could be a little bit like out there in terms of, they said he was very technically good as a player. One guy here, a guy named Barry Smith, who was a longtime administrator and was a player also, he said, quote, "I remember my old man playing against him a couple times for Alexandria. Dad always used to say, put a short third man in for Lorrie because he liked to hit the ball airborne through the gully." So put a short third man.
But why put a short guy if it's going airborne?
He liked to hit the ball through the gully. I don't know if that's maybe Maybe that's like hitting the ball up the middle, and you could put a guy in like shallow center, basically.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what you could do.
He's going higher than he is long.
Is it good to catch the ball that's been hit? Are you supposed to try to do that, or do you have to like catch it on a hop?
I can tell
on
you.
one bounce and then you throw it.
Baseball, they really like it when
they
you
like
catch
it when you catch it in baseball, but in cricket, do you have to like catch it on a one bouncer? Is that the only way it works?
Crowd seems to cheer in baseball.
Oh, he won a gullery goo. He gullery gooed it. He didn't catch it. Wow, he caught it out of the air. It's called a gullery goo if you catch it out of the air. And then it's not a thing anymore.
Jesus Christ.
And then you're disqualified, right? And they give you a card of some kind, of some certain color. They give you a purple card and you have to leave. I believe at that point is how that works, right?
On the gullery goo?
On the gullery goo. Only on a gullery goo,
right.
though. The purple is only for a gullery goo. Right? Or was that
I'm gonna look at the rule book again.
Because I know
snatched out of the air is certainly a gullery goo.
It's a gullery goo. That's what I mean. Yeah. If it's a two hopper, that's
not good.
That's a whippity whack. That's a different thing. If it's a two hopper, you have to do a complete other. Jimmy just backed away from him.
This sport, it's never going to catch on here, you guys. It's never happening.
No, his name's like gullery goo. It's not.
Whippity whack.
Fucking have any idea what we're talking about, but we've just invented a completely new game with our own rules.
I'll watch this sport before I watch cricket. Whippity whacks, gullery goos, and didgeridoo. What was it?
Cricket has brought tears to my eyes, man. I'm fucking crying. I can't even read my notes right now.
How many sticky wickets?
Oh, Jesus, that's the problem. Those
will get you a golden
sticky wickets.
Those will get you a golden face mask.
They do, big time. And then the greasy wickets, you don't even want to know about those. You slippery wickets. So he said that his dad, this guy's dad said Lorrie liked to hit the ball airborne through the gully. And Lorrie apparently told this guy, quote, Lorrie apparently told the Alexandra captain that he should have listened to my old man's advice because he knew it was a weakness. Yeah. So his weakness was he liked to hit the ball to the gully.
Okay.
Airborne to the gully.
Okay.
That's a weakness, apparently. So I guess they can put the shift on. It's like a left-handed batter that loves to pull it into short right field. Yeah. And they put they swing the third baseman.
It's like playing 500 when you're in high school. They throw the ball in the air.
They put the second baseman behind the first baseman, the shortstop over, and nobody's at third. Nobody. So 1970, okay, and this is a lot when politics starts affecting the South African, not only the athletes, but their economy and everything like that. Because after this, when the world kind of starts to see what's going on there, and other countries have, we signed the Civil Rights Act, here in the 60s, and then by 70, we were like, well, what they're doing over there is terrible. People are checking their watches, like, wasn't it just, okay.
Fuck day, what time is it?
But it's very weird. So
I'm still taking down water fountains. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What's
happening?
Who are we judging for what?
I'm still taking signs off of water fountains. This isn't great. And we're judging them. But all through
I just took a crowbar and pried a sign off that had the word coloreds on it. So how about we all just
let's take it down a notch.
Yeah.
Let's hope they just come around. But they didn't come around. Okay. And so a lot of they would offer people sports teams and things money to tour through there because they couldn't get people to come down there. South Africa's kind of remote. I mean, it's all the fuck down there. So you have to, it costs money to get people down there. It's like they hire in Dubai, they hire comedians and world-class chefs for millions of dollars to go there for 2 days and dick off just because they can't get anyone to go there otherwise.
But also, South Africa is last stop for sunshine before you get to Antarctica.
Yeah, that's true too.
That is
yeah. But
is that just the Arctic? What is that?
Antarctica's down there.
Is it down there? Okay.
Yeah, it's all the way at the bottom.
I don't know which one's on
which pole. If you keep going, it's way down there. Yeah.
But it's the last stop for sunshine is basically
for fucking something. Yeah. No, it's weird, but people stopped going there. Rock bands stopped taking gigs there. It it was not considered a cool thing to do to take a gig in South Africa. Like, it wasn't. Like, if you took a gig in South Africa, it would be like, you're
contributing to the delinquency.
It would be like if you made a gay slur on Twitter nowadays. Like, it would have the same reaction to it. Like, that's the level. I'm just sure the level of outrage that people would have had is the same as that in the 80s.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
impressive.
It's true. Well, I remember like the Van Halen book. The guy was talking about how the manager wrote that book, and he was talking about how somebody offered him a bunch of money to do a show in South Africa, and they were like, we can't fucking do that.
It's not happening.
Yeah,
we are Van Halen.
I want to say they ended up doing some kind of private thing or something there, but they wouldn't do like what was wanted of them.
Show.
I believe. I don't know if they ended up doing it eventually or not. I can't remember, but at first they were like, dude, obviously we can't fucking do that. Not good. Apparently here, Lorrie is selected to tour England on a cricket outing in 1970, but the trip is canceled for political reasons because nobody wants South Africa to be a part of shit at this point. So it becomes one of those things where, people are saying, as long as apartheid goes on, basically you guys can be...
We're not going to support shit that you do.
Yeah, you guys can be isolationists, and that's kind of the way it went. And there were some countries that don't give a shit that were supporting them, but, countries that... Western countries weren't, and European countries weren't okay with that.
Come on through.
They didn't give a shit. Whatever. Who cares? Do you cut head off in street? No? Oh, very nice. I bring whole family. We
kind of pussy are you?
And you have water park? Oh, very good. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
It's just like, whatever. It's better than Uzbekistan or fucking Tajikistan or some place that the CIA takes people to under the radar.
Some stand that used to be Russia.
Exactly, some Soviet satellite. So he's denied that, and he never gets another chance because he's going to play right up until the end of apartheid. So he never really gets another chance.
Okay.
In 1971-72, the Eastern Province team here won the Gillette Nissan Cup, which I guess was a big deal.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's I don't know what that is, but it's important.
Payden Sentras and Razor cartridges.
Everybody gets a fucking Sentra. That's how it works. Everybody
probably
gets
a stanza.
I was going to say everybody gets an 88 stanza. That's what you get.
I remember that from Hollywood Squares.
Oh,
they were
God.
always the worst fucking cars
stanzas
ever.
were terrible. Or
every car that the Shadow,
the Nissan Pulsar. Remember those with the like dots on the tail lights that were like sideways, trying to make it look like kind of fucking 80s cool.
Every car they had on Hollywood Squares was the worst car on the road.
Fucking Price is Right. Those cars. Jesus, it's a 75 AMC Pacer.
And they were always bottom rung too.
Oh yeah, no options,
nothing.
No, yeah,
it was just a piece of shit for $4,000.
It's they say the retail price, and I'm like, that's cheap for a car.
Seems, very affordable.
$8,200.
Right.
That's not a lot for a 4-door. Okay. So
that's a family car.
Oh, wow. Okay, so 72, 73. This is when something happens that's apparently the biggest deal of his career. Mm-hmm. It's all everybody talks about, and I have no idea what the fuck it is.
Awesome.
So I have a lot of information on it, and I don't understand. You have to know the rules of cricket to understand this, and obviously we don't. So let's dive right in. Clearly, he was the captain of Eastern Province, and they were at Bulawayo during the 72-73 Currie Cup, and I guess there was a walkout. Now, not in terms of like all the kids say we're going to leave after second period. I think it's
fans?
No. This is with the team. Now, okay, this is what a man wrote from like a newspaper back in the day here. Yeah. He said, Lorrie Wilmot committed the most dastardly act I have witnessed on the cricket field. Okay, dastardly.
Yeah,
that's big shit over there.
Yeah.
If that's said with any form of an English accent, that means a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. It says, quote, they were at the Queen's Sports Club in Bulawayo here, and it was the Currie Cup fixture. I don't know what that is. Between between Rhodesia and Eastern Province. Yeah. Okay, this is for the Currie Cup. This is for all the curry,
all of it.
The red, the green, the yellow.
Yeah.
All of it. Is it red curry?
I think so.
I do not eat curry.
I know there's yellow because it looks terrible.
I can't eat it.
Everybody loves it. I've tried it. It is vile.
I won't eat it.
I won't eat it.
Fucking
I'm
awful.
out.
Yeah, I can't.
I get sick.
I don't eat anything that looks like it was projectile vomited from an alien.
It looks like it was just pushed out of a body. It doesn't matter which side.
I won't eat guacamole either, so I just can't eat anything that looks like that. I can't. It looks like it was just farted out of a fucking tube.
Meanwhile, I love guacamole. I can't get enough of it. Unless it's extra, I'm out. If I can make it at home, I'm good.
It's like, and it has no taste.
No.
It doesn't fucking taste like anything.
Yeah, you got to put shit in it to make it
If I
good.
see it, oh boy, I don't want it. Like if it snuck in something, I don't care. Fine, whatever. But I don't want to look at it.
I don't like guacamole when it's like pureed into like a damn near baby food where it can like squeeze out of a tube. I don't want that. I want it like I have to scoop it and it has to be chunky.
Chunks?
Fuck yes.
I don't know.
I want to be able to scoop it with a chip. I don't want it to run off of my chip. If it runs off my chip, you can put that in the trash where it belongs, or run it back through the fucking garbage disposal.
It's on a chip.
It's clearly where you got it.
It's on a chip. It's green, and I can see it.
It sounds great.
So
tomatoes in it.
Apparently here in this game, Wilmot was the captain, acting captain, and had set Rhodesia more than 300 to win, it says. Okay, this is the sentence. Wilmot, province's acting captain, had set Rhodesia more than 300 to win. I don't know. That sounds like he bet on the game, but I know that's not what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's what.
It's not what
that makes more sense because if that means that they are picked to score 300 points, that's not a
like
sport.
An over-under.
That's not a sport anymore.
No,
if you can score that many points,
that's a lot of points.
Your sport sucks.
So
fix it.
Fix that shit. I don't know what that means. It says Rhodesia battled superb. By the way, we do ask that you find our ignorance charming. We're not going into this saying we know a fucking thing about cricket or we've figured it out. We don't know shit. We're here to make fun of the whole thing. So if you don't like it, fuck off. I don't know what to tell you. That's the show. We make fun of every fucking sport there is, even the ones we like. This one just is the most ridiculous one we found.
And we may have accidentally stumbled on the best way to fix one of our sports, with football, with the error. That sounds fucking. I've been thinking about that since
interception.
that.
That's been bandied about for 30, 40 years. Because quarterbacks have been pissed off about that.
I can't be more on board with that.
Because the quarterbacks look at it as their contract going on. Like,
that's somebody's money that you're fucking.
Like, hey, those aren't my stats.
That's not fair.
Yeah, so it's one of those deals here. It says Rhodesia battled superbly, and it was obvious it would be the tightest of finishes.
Yeah.
Okay. In those days, 20 overs had to be bowled in the final hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 20 had to be bowled in the final hour.
Okay.
And the last of those 20 arrived when Rhodesia needed 6 to win. There's 6 again. And 3 wickets in hand.
Oh.
And Mike Proctor and Paddy Clift at the crease. What the fuck does... Okay. This is a sentence. There's no periods in here, okay? I'm going to read this exactly as it's written.
You did have to clarify that part. This is one, no periods.
Okay, no periods. There's
no stops.
A couple of commas, but no periods. In those days, 20 overs had to be bowled in the final hour, and the last of those 20 arrived with Rhodesia needing 6 to win, and with 3 wickets in hand, and Mike Proctor and Paddy Clift at the crease. Okay.
So they're on deck.
They're setting it up. Yeah, okay. That made more sense that time. Mike Proctor, Paddy Clift, they're...
Still got them to go.
They're in the crease, I guess, which is a protected area on the side where you're in a creased area where they can't get to you, and it's like a soundproof booth. There could be money swirling around in it in the wind. We're not sure. So you're over there, okay? They need 6 to win, and with 3 wickets in hand, and these guys over in the crease. It's a fucking done deal.
Crapshoot.
They're going to win.
Is that what it is?
I think it's over. I think the base is loaded. There's no outs, and it's a fucking 3-0 count to the guy at the plate. At some point, someone's going to fucking score. I think that's what they're getting at here.
Sounds to me like it is a nail-biter of a situation where you only need 6 points, but one swing gets you 6 points. And there's 3 wickets in hand. One more wicket, game over. But we got 2 of the best.
Listen, Paddy Clift is in the crease, Jimmy. He is going to, I'm telling you, he's going to do a Wombleybing like you've never fucking seen before, and he's going to get a 200 on the 6 that's going to go 180 meters. You bet your ass. He's going to have 8 wickets in hand when he's done. He's going to round the bases or the, I don't know what they're called there, but rounding the bases, he's going to come home.
You
with
have to roll. It's
8.
Like
I see. It's
a somersault.
Well, from one base, you go forward and then you roll side to side on the other. That way you have to switch up. So you can't get momentum.
Third to home plate.
Fuck, that's the hard part. That's what screws people.
That's why it's a bitch.
That's what fucks people. See, when they have to do the backflip on the way home, the backwards roll, and they end up like 8 feet away from on the other. Oh shit, I'm off. I couldn't see my trajectory.
And then there's a solid slide, and it's always close.
And the whole time you're doing this, you have 8 wickets in your hand. So that's a lot.
You got to carry those.
You got to carry all. You got to collect them around the bases and bring them home, right? And give them to Patty Clift,
right?
Where he can throw.
Or he can't swing.
Well, he's got to put them in the crease to protect them, right? Because that's where you go.
Sweet fuck. That's a much more
Our game
sport.
is much better. I'm sorry.
That'll catch on faster.
Someone write all this down and play this game and tell us how it works out, because I think it's pretty good. You can make up whatever rules in between you need to move it along. But let us know how it goes. So apparently it says at this point, Wilmot, our guy here, not our guy, but our guy
Lorrie
for today,
Wilmot.
Lorrie Wilmot, led his team off the field, claiming that 20 overs had been completed and refused to continue.
Oh.
So he just stopped and was like, no, 3 outs, it's over. And they were like, no, there's only 2, Chief. And he's like, nope, we got the 3rd out.
We're good.
But I think this is the equivalent of someone just being like, no, we got the 3rd out, and running into the dugout and having the whole team. And the ump going, you only have 2 down. And they went, no, you missed it. Yeah. Well, you completely missed it. We had it all in there. There was a Rongaloo. There was all sorts of shit going on. You were fucking around. You were scratching your ass, ump. I don't know what to tell you. So he refused to continue.
Yeah.
Now,
you didn't score the chippy chop. So
what the fuck do you want? What do you want from me?
We're going home.
That's what happens. So in accordance, this is what this says, not in accordance. This is not my understanding. This is word for word.
Okay.
In accordance with the laws of the game, the umpires, they are umpires, awarded the match to Rhodesia, only for this decision to be astoundingly overturned by the South African authorities and the match declared a draw. This arbitrary decision cost Rhodesia what would have been their only Curry Cup title.
So poor Ridgebacks.
The poor Rhodesian Ridgebacks. That's their nickname. Wilmot apparently, quote, Wilmot wasted much time setting his field for the last over before the final hour in the belief that this over would be counted from the time his team was ready rather than the fact that the umpires were in position as stipulated by the laws. This is some technical cricket shit.
I still can't get over the fact. I just remember that these people play this game for like 3 fucking days. When you just said the final hour, I was like,
they're going on. People sit.
What a shit measurement of time
it's
for
like,
a game.
It's like an alcoholic's fucking keg party. This shit goes on for days. Days. And then it says his walk-off was totally without warning and against both the spirit and the laws of the game. So apparently Rhodesia was about to win. Like I said, 3-0 count, fucking bases loaded, tie game, or you're up by 1 or something, whatever the fuck you want to say it. And he just went, all right, we got 3, and walked off the field. And they were like, no, motherfucker, you dicked around, you fucked off. You took time, having a conference with the third baseman, and your pitching coach came in, and then you just left. Like, why'd you do all that if you were just going to leave?
We were looking at the clock. All those hours are gone now.
Yeah. So apparently I'm talking for the next 40 years. This is like about. People fucking hate him for this.
Well, yeah. I mean, Ron Artest has plenty of people that still loathe him for his dumb bullshit move, so I get it.
For going in the crowd?
Yeah. I mean, that's all you remember that fuck for. Do you remember him for any great shot he ever hit?
Okay.
Fuck no.
If he punched the right guy, I'm totally up for that.
Yeah.
If you throw a fucking drink on a 6'11", 260-pound man, expect to get the shit knocked out of you.
Sure.
That's the way the world should be.
I agree.
You shouldn't do that. Yeah. Otherwise, that monster is going to kick the fuck out of you. He's a giant man. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? The arrogance to think that because you're in the stand and you're a little shitbag accountant or something, and you spent $60 on a ticket, that you can throw a fucking drink on a giant grown man and he's going to take that shit from you is astounding to me.
The arrogance
mind blowing.
You've bought a ticket close enough to within arm's throw of a water cup to be able to hit that man. That's pretty fucking ballsy, and you deserve to be drilled in the mouth.
Yeah. Just because your friend's company gave him the tickets that night. You have the right to do that? No, you should. The whole section should have held him while Ron Artest pounded the piss out of that guy. But I think he hit the wrong guy, though.
I think he did, too.
That's a problem. That's why you can't just run into him.
Hands up and shook his head.
You're like, not me, motherfucker.
I didn't do it.
I wouldn't do that. So, I'm sorry.
But
someone's in here.
But my point is just that if you're gonna go do that and get gully and be wild, at least do something in your career that outshines that moment, like on the court too. Yeah, because I can't tell you a single shot that he hit that mattered to in NBA
he was on a lot of good teams,
but that punch was pretty great.
But when you have a fight like that's a melee in the crowd, you're gonna be remembered for that.
I think Jermaine O'Neal's punch was better on the dumpy fat fuck in the Detroit jersey that he clobbered in the face.
My favorite's still Vernon Maxwell's got both of them beat.
Pretty good.
That was
pretty good.
Just without warning, climbing 10 rows into the stands to beat the shit out of one particular man.
One dude.
I thought was really...
He had enough.
He had enough. Again, you know what? At some point, you're both human beings. And
you asked for a fight. He obliged.
I always say this.
No arrest.
I don't care what the situation is. If he was in a bar, would you do that with him?
Nope.
Would you shout shit and heckle Vernon Maxwell in a bar? No, he's a 6'5" man. He'd come over and kick the shit out of you. You wouldn't say shit to him in a bar.
And not just
that's the rule to live in your head. Would I say that to him in a bar? No, because he'd kill me. Okay, never mind then.
And his face looks dangerous.
He looks
angry. Like an angry man always.
He was. Yeah. He had a criminal record as long as my fucking leg. He's an angry man.
Threw a dick at a fucking car window.
Put it right on the windowsill there. How you doing, baby? Now, that's what happened with that. The big walkout. Yeah. That was the thing. And
the wickety walk.
The wickety walkout. Yeah, that's how that works. So, 1973, they talk about this is the Big Eddie Barlow hit here. This is in the Gillette Cup final between Eastern and Western Province here. They say he hit a ball so far, it soared over the boundary, which I guess is the wall there, bounced on the old stadium roof and landed on the adjacent golf course.
Yeah.
Apparently that's a big thing. I believe that's a penalty in cricket. No, I don't know what it is.
He was ejected for that.
You have to run the bases backwards, I believe, for that.
We only had one ball, and you lost it.
You lost it, dickhead. Nice job.
Now you have to pickle the beast.
That's the problem. See, that's the part of the game. That's the hard part. You got to hit it hard, but not too hard, not too far.
Now you have to go talk to the black guy that used to play for the Yankees.
Yeah, that's what's good. That's what happens now. Yeah. So...
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this white Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
Everyone out there should listen to Small Town Murder. You really should, mainly because you never know who's next door. And that's the point of this show, really. You never know who is next door. You never know what's going to happen on Small Town Murder. That's what makes it so wonderful. The only thing you do know is that people are going to die, and we're probably going to make jokes about it. That's it. That's all we can promise you. We dig into these towns. We see what makes them tick, from local legends to scandals they may have had. And, of course, the biggest scandals of all, horrible murders that take place there. And we put our, what I feel is a completely appropriate comedic spin on the whole thing. And you know you need a laugh right now. So get in there, listen to Small Town Murder. Follow Small Town Murder on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Small Town Murder early and ad-free right now on Wondery Plus.
1976 is the first time he announces his retirement.
Okay.
And he retires and comes back. He's very Michael Jordan-like, because he announces his retirement in 76, and he finally actually retires in 89.
That's 13 years.
That's a long span of, I think I'm done.
Career.
Yeah, that's a whole career worth of, I think I'm done. Maybe not.
That's a long time.
That's a lot. So he received, I guess he was on in 76. They honored, I guess it's an honor, being on the South Africans president's team against the International Wanderers, which I guess is an international good team they play against.
Globetrotters.
Yeah, I guess. There was a guy named Greg Chappell on that team who was an Australian guy who was really good, apparently. This was Wilmot's 100th first-class match, and he got a 117. Okay, it says this in the article. Quote, he marked the occasion with 117 against an attack which included Aussies Max Walker and Ashley Mallett.
Yeah.
But not Ashley Mallett. Max Walker, I can see. I mean, he's he's shit. You know what I mean?
He scored 176?
His Wombleryroos fucking eat dicks, Max Walker. But Ashley Mallett, I'm sorry.
But this was against the Wanderers, and they have that signature, bucket full of water, but it's just confetti.
It's confetti,
you know
they do that on the side.
It's a big deal.
That counts for 150 points. If you can hit
through that.
If the guy flinches, that's 150 points. If you can get the guy on the other team to flinch, I believe that's part of it. I believe that's 150 points. Right. They count that as a long home run, I think. That's how that works. But I guess and also English spinner Derek Underwood, who you got to watch out for. Derek Underwood, obviously, we all know about him.
Old underwear.
I mean, jeez, I had a poster of him up my whole childhood. Derek Underwood. He's the spinner of my favorite spinner. People go, who's your favorite spinner?
Obviously Underwood.
Obviously, it's Underwood. It's Derek Underwood. Jesus, it's, Sorry, I was going to make a spinner's joke, but that'll go over everybody's head. Never mind. It's a shame, guys. It's just a shame. So, March 28th, 1976, here I found a Sydney newspaper article talking about the president's thing that we just talked about here. Now, apparently this was a source of a large controversy. This President's Cup team. The headline here says the South African cricket selection farce continued today with the president's 11 containing only one regular opening batsman of non-white origin. Apparently, they're saying it was all white people they're putting on here. They said that the second string South African side, with their compulsory quota of non-white players, still amassed 321 against the Wanderers. The selector, Eric Rowan, picked 8 white players on the understanding that 3 non-white players of a certain type would be presented. A certain type?
Yeah, that's weird.
The fuck does that mean? Non-white players of a certain type. That sounds, I hope that's the way they play. Yeah. And not just like, that one's too dark. I don't like them I like the nice chocolate colored ones. What the fuck is that?
3 white.
I really hope that's not what it was.
Of a certain hue or lighter.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that or, wow. Okay. I don't know what the fuck this is all about here. They said that, quote, an alleged non-white opening batsman, David Francis, told skipper Lorrie Wilmot he never opened the batting in his life. He never hit leadoff at all, and usually batted 6th or 7th, 6 or 7 here. So they had to make up a lot to shoehorn in not having any black people. They had to. It was hard to do. Yeah. They had to play people out of position and in places in the batting order they don't normally go, just because they didn't want to have any black people in it, or more than 3 of a certain type, I should say. I guess that's what it was. I'm not sure here. Jesus Christ, I don't know what any of this fucking means. Okay. The first of 3 from Australians off spinner Ashley Mallett landed on the roof of the main grandstand. Okay, they're talking about that. 2 were plundered from Phil Edmonds, and 1 each from Derek Underwood and Max Walker. Plundered?
They robbed them?
I believe that's if the pitcher turns around to hit the rosin bag and you run up from behind him and take the ball out of their hand.
And then tag them.
That means they're out, I believe. They're gone out of the game then. You've plundered them. and then you hold the ball up, and then someone has to try to take it from you.
Yeah.
Whoever can wrestle it from your hands is the new bowler. I believe that's how it works. It turns into a King of the Hill competition.
The word plunder always involves rape to me. There's one way or another.
Rape and big things of gold and eye patches and things are on fire.
And that bat is fat.
Oh, it's a big one. Wilmot, it says here, is the first player to win the sponsors 100 Rand, about $100, it says, for a century in the Wanderers 4 games. I guess if you get 100, they give you $100.
That's certainly a century.
That seems like it. I don't know. But, I mean, that's all going on in March of 76 in the Sydney newspaper. But it was hard to even read about these articles in here because the sales, Jimmy. I was so distracted by the sales. You guys have asked, people always ask, where the hell do sales go? Well, here's the fucking sales.
We're not going to have any idea how much this shit is.
And it's all Australian products. That's why I thought this would be fun. The sales I found here. Oh, boy, this is a good one. This is for it says, be entertained by HMV Galaxy family size 53 centimeter screen color TV.
53 centimeters.
So, Jimmy, Google that if you could here. You have the ability to do that. It's
about a centimeter and a half, maybe 3/4 for like an inch. So 53, you're looking
is that
at
how it
carry
works?
the one. Is it?
Are you doing math?
Is it like a 36 inch?
Live?
It's pretty close.
I have no idea. I don't know, but the brand is an HMV Galaxy.
Oh, and then you got to take into account that it may be a piece of shit.
That's true, too. And the problem is, too, how many wickets is it holding in hand?
That's a good point.
That's the other thing. Can you trade? Is it a wicket situation?
Right.
Can you trade a certain amount of money and I have 3 in-hand wickets and I'll give you one witchery wump?
I'll give you a witchery rump and I just scored a century. So is it free now?
This is a $599 TV. This is
$599 Australian dollars. African dollars.
No, this is Sydney, Australia. This is a Sydney house. So this is Australian dollars. It's Australia. This is Australian newspaper we're talking about.
What if I give you a copy of Finding Nemo 2?
There you go. Well, if you're in Sydney, Australia in March of 1976, this is a good deal, though. $22.10 a month, and it says, have glamorous HMV quality color TV in your home now! ! Galaxy Color TV has one more control than a black and white set. The fuck? It says, quote, has slide controls for easy adjustment, separate on-off switch, allows controls to be left in the positions that you set. Well then, big 17 centimeter diameter speaker for rich sound. Gotta have that. Deluxe style timber veneer cabinetry, so fake wood on the outside. Gotta have that. And a 12 months warranty on parts and labor. Optional stand available for $25. Now, if that's not enough for you, say you're not in the market for a TV, but you're in Australia in 1976 in March, you can go to Grace Brothers there and get yourself some clothes. It says here, fake fur is fun and fashionable too.
It is! !
This long line jacket is priced at $40. It's a double-breasted, belted style to keep you snug and warm in basic black, brown, or beige. $40.
I want it.
Not bad. Also, the non-stop pantsuit styled and easy care bonded Orlon, whatever the fuck that is.
Listen up, Hillary. Say it again.
This season's look, tunic style jacket over pull-on pants in rust, navy, green, claret, or brown. Wow. $24. The 70s. The sales, Jimmy. So
fun.
After
get yourself a pantsuit.
Get yourself a pantsuit,
fur jacket,
and a 53 centimeter television. Enjoy all that for about fucking $500 or $663 before tax, obviously. So after retiring in 1976, apparently it said that he went off and just kind of hung out where he was from and kind of like hung out. They basically said he was off in the wilderness always, but I don't know if he was like living in the woods or that was just his way of saying he kind of went out of the public eye. Whatever it is, he said he was on a diet of pineapple. to lose weight, all you've been eating is pineapple, which, good God, the hole in your stomach, that would fucking bore.
All day only?
Acid pineapple diet. I love pineapple.
I love it.
It would eat a hole in your stomach. You'd have to have something
Great
else.
with chicken.
Great. You have to have some bread or something to soak that shit up. But he ends up coming back 2 years later. Apparently, there was a Eastern Province had a very young team, and in the seasons he was gone, they were struggling. So they said, "Hey, will you please come back?" And he said, "Hey, what the fuck? Why not?" So in 1980, he comes back and he plays 5 more years for Eastern Province.
God, Jesus.
Doesn't look like they win anything, or I don't know what the fuck he does, but in 1985 he goes to another team. It's a first-class cricket team called Border. I don't know. It represents the border region, is what it says. I don't know the border of what.
Is that north?
I don't know. I guess that would be the ocean. Otherwise, it's fucking.
Otherwise, it's called the beach.
Otherwise, it's called the water. Yeah, it's the fucking beach team.
Right.
So I guess this team began playing in 1898. So it's an old team. All these teams are all from the 1800s. They're all like.
Jesus, they just settled in 1852.
They're all like National League baseball teams. Though they all started right around the same time. Apparently, in 2004, later on, it says that South Africa introduced the franchise system in 2004, and this Border team ended up merging with Eastern Province, which is the team he used to play for. But this is after he retires, so it really doesn't fucking matter. But it was the only thing I understood in cricket, the entire thing I read.
But he played for both of them.
Yeah. So I figured I would read explain the one thing I understood. I thought maybe that would help.
You love mergers. You really do.
I do.
It's your favorite.
I do. I need to do it. I need to fucking do it. So, this here, the Border was usually like one of the shittier teams, apparently. They played 584 matches from 1897 to 2017. Doesn't seem like a lot of matches. 584. How many do you guys do?
From when to when?
For like 100 and fucking Jesus. 1897 to 2017, 120 years.
Yeah, but
they played 584 matches.
But it takes like 38 hours to play one fucking game.
They have been stuck on match 585 since 2018, so they're working on it. They're working on it.
They'll get there.
I guess in all these matches, their record was 173 wins, 241 losses, and 1 tie, and 169 draws.
Pretty solid record.
So there's one. Well, you lost a lot more than you won.
Did they?
They won 173, lost 241.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then they had 169 draws.
That's not good.
But 1 tie. What's the difference between a fucking tie and a draw? How does that work? Is a draw like just it's the end of the time and it's a draw?
Or we showed up and then we're like, everybody's here, but nobody feels like playing because we're tired from playing the last 86 hours of the other game.
Maybe. I don't know if a draw is like a draw is like an old school wrestling house show match where they went their 20 and it's just a draw. Like it's just a Jason Fuller. It's for you.
Or is it a draw? Or is it like nobody scored shit?
Yeah,
it's 0-0. It's a draw. But if everybody scores 6-6, that's a tie.
If it's 382 to 382, it's a tie. Yeah. I have no fucking idea here. But Border held the record for lowest aggregate score by a first class side in a match. I guess during a Curry Cup match in 1959-1960, they scored only 34 runs in the match, 16 in the first inning and 18 in the second innings,
that's
and then that was it. Apparently, that's the least amount ever,
and that's too many.
And that seems like a lot. I guess that would be like we could look at it like basketball. It'd be like if the fucking Bulls scored 34 in a game. Be bad, probably. Yeah, especially if they're used to scoring 300. Right. It's not great. So he played for Border from 85 up until 89, and then it looks like he retired after that. I don't know if he played any Bush League shit or whatever, but it looks like he retired. Now, in his career, he has 147 first-class matches, 34 List A matches, which is like the B League. List A is the... Right.
Step below.
I don't know. He had in first class, he had 7,687 runs scored, which seems like a lot.
That's fucking crazy.
That seems like a shitload.
Does anybody in the majors? Nobody's touched anywhere near that. Is it 5,000 or 3,000?
Not even close. No, I think Ricky Henderson has. Jesus,
that's
he's
a good point
because
hits are fucking. Nobody's
most
ever
hits is
had
like
that many.
4,200.
Right.
So, I mean, runs is way below
And is
that. So it's half of that.
Is that
usually.
Ted Williams?
No, it's Pete Rose.
Pete Rose. Yeah,
Pete
yeah,
goddamn
obviously.
Rose. Yeah,
But
yeah.
Ted Williams is up there too with like.
No, because he
Doesn't
went
he
to
have
war
4?
twice. He went to war twice.
Does he have 3?
3 what?
3,000?
3,000 hits?
Yeah.
I
He got
think
like
Ted Williams
406 for his
he finally
career, right?
got his 3,000th hit. No, he hit 406 in 1 year.
Oh.
But he has a very high. It's like he has like a 340 lifetime average. Ted Williams. He's a fucking beast.
My point was just that nobody's ever scored that much.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
You just don't know anything about Ted Williams.
Yeah, I don't know that. All I know is tuna cans. That's all I know about
that's it.
Ted Williams.
So, his batting average was 32.02. Is that like a 320? Is that like hitting 320? Like 32%?
That seems low.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
And his average in List A was only 24.03.
Even lower.
He's like he's not even here.
Seems like a bum.
Seems like he's not even playing. Just fucking try, Lorraine. What are you doing? Hey, Lorraine, give it some effort.
You're batting like a real Lorraine out
Come
there.
on, Lorraine, you can do it. Now, his 100/50s, I don't know what that is, but there's a 100 slash 50s. He's got 12/31 in first class and 1/2.
I know what that is.
In List A.
Centuries and then half centuries.
Okay,
so
well,
he's got
22 and 31,
100 something
or 12
games,
and 31,
or 50 something games.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Top score, I like that. Top score in first class is 222. And top score in List A is 101. Balls bowled. Apparently he was bowling too.
Yeah.
Medium.
Yeah.
Balls bowled 1,669 in first class, 248 in List A. Wickets. 18 wickets in first class and only 5 in List A.
Okay.
So in all those games, 147 matches, only 18 wickets.
He did better in majors too.
How much? Yeah, but how many wickets?
How many wickets do you get? And they're sticky.
Yeah.
You never know.
I haven't heard about sticky wickets yet
Not this game.
Only regular wickets. And no, I've heard of wickets in hand, but I guess maybe they're in hand because they're sticky.
Right.
You want to let go,
it's
stuck to you. Fucking wickets sticky.
It's like a boogie.
Maybe that's it. By the time you get to the plate, you have to get rid of all the wicket. They stick the wickets to you, and then you have to try to pull them off your uniform and get them off your hands as you're running home. And if you can get them all off, then you win. His bowling average was 45.11.
That's a low bowling average.
That's not great. You want he's a pro. He should be at least 220, something like that. Yeah, something. Get him a couple pitchers, maybe it'll help. His average in List A is 47.60. He has 5 wickets in an inning in both of them. 10 wickets in a match. His best bowling was 2/4, whatever the fuck that means. And then catches/stumpings.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Fuck yeah.
So if
full contact.
That's catches, and then if you miss, they take your leg off below the knee. I believe that's how it works there, and it's a stumping. Up, he missed. It's a stumping.
Sharia law. It wins every time.
I believe it's on a 2-hopper. That's a wickery-woo. I think you get. That's when they stump you.
And the crowd just chants woo.
That's right. And after they stump you, someone comes and they plunder you also. So you're plundered and stumped on your wickety whack. And that's how the thing works here.
Wickety woo.
Wickety woo. What I say? Wickety wig.
Get that whap out of here.
Fuck, man. So he retires.
Good.
He retires. He is known as a much-loved local farmer and small-time businessman. Okay. He's got farms. For a while, he was like a dairy farmer over all this time. He had dairy farms and shit like that. He's got a wife named Pam. He has 2 kids. He's like kind of a respected like businessman in the area with his farms and all this type of shit. After a while by the 90s, he starts running a paprika farm, which that's where paprika comes from. You ever think, what does this little red shaky thing come from that's been in my cabinet for 3 years that I don't never finish?
The only time I use it is deviled eggs.
It comes from his house.
Okay.
That's where they get it. So I saw that and I was like, oh wow, paprika farm. I guess that's how you'd have to grow them. I don't know if they just thought of
crushing the deviled egg market.
Yeah. You can't make a deviled egg without our guy. No. Lorraine holds the keys to the deviled egg market. That's the way it works, man. His wife, Pam, worked for many years at Graham College in Grahamstown as a school secretary. So they're known as kind of the, I don't know if it's all American type,
all African,
all South African kind of fucking, you know, I don't know. She works at the school. He's a retired famous athlete with a bunch of wickets and 7,687 runs scored and more riggery-roms than we know even what the fuck how to classify, and a paprika farm.
Yeah.
Who doesn't dream as a young boy
Good Lord.
of getting all the dingery-dongs that you want and then running a paprika farm? It's one thing to get the hoodly hops that you're desiring as a child and that you watch people on TV get, but then to do that and then run a paprika farm, I feel like is really achieving too many dreams.
These are all like Pokemon.
I don't know what the fuck.
Is there a Jigglypuff coming up?
Beats the fuck out of me. I don't know any of that shit. So, wow. So him and Pam live on the paprika farm, and everybody's happy in retirement.
How do you get pepper? Is it? What?
I don't know.
I'd like to know.
I assume it's something that you grind.
Don't tweet it at me.
No.
I will find it before you tell me.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's something like inside of a flour that you grind up, or I don't know.
It's a pod of some sort.
Maybe it's like a tube, like it comes out in a little tube, and you cut the end off, and paprika pours out right into the little shaker.
That would make it easy.
That would make it so much easier than having to grind things and process it.
Fucking machine for
just
this.
Chop all the tops off, dump all the paprika in, and you're good. I've never.
They come like pixie sticks.
I think that's how I have. That's what I picture, sticking off the top of like in swamps they have those. It's
the
all
shoots.
Yeah, it's all pixie sticks though. Pixie sticks of paprika. Paprika sticks they call them. They're popular in some countries.
Sticks, yeah.
They're popular in some countries, but it hasn't caught on with the kids in America yet. They prefer a sweet snack to a paprika snack.
That weird, bitter. It's a weird spice.
What is that? Is that nothing or something? That's the best way to describe paprika. Is that nothing or something? Because it looks like something. It's red. It smells like something, but then I taste it. It doesn't taste like anything. What is that?
That is a very strange spice.
Fucking decorative spice.
Yeah.
Is that shit?
It just turns yellow red.
It does. It's fucking. It's funny because you never see, like, if you watch a show where like a chef is making a meal,
right?
He never includes paprika in the recipe in the meal.
And when there
only if it's a garnish.
When there is some paprika,
you need that paprika flavor in there.
There's zero measurement. They're just like, it doesn't matter.
I think white paprika might be different though. I think white paprika might have flavor, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But the red shit is kind of just for decoration.
Just put it in.
Yeah, put it on there. Come on.
When we finish, just like layer it. It won't matter. You won't taste it either way.
Yeah, because I've had it light or heavy on deviled eggs and it tastes the same. So, I don't know.
Was that nothing or something?
Was that nothing or something? I don't know. So, yeah. So he's late 90s. He's doing his thing here. Everything's looking great. You know, he's been retired for 10 years.
Yeah.
Having fun. South African countryside.
Fuck yeah.
Doing his thing. He's very well known around here. He's known as a character. And he goes into the pubs and hangs out and does his thing. And then in November of 1998, he's arrested. Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
This has never happened before. And what he's arrested for
this ain't white paprika.
is not for spiking the paprika.
Right.
As a matter of fact, he is arrested for raping 3 girls under the age of 16.
Oh no.
Yeah. 3 girls under the age of 16.
At once?
I don't think at once. That'd be really hard to do.
That's a lot.
That'd be hard to do. You'd need many extra arms, I feel like. That would be
some duct
horrible.
It's been done.
It's probably been done, but
it's
man,
usually drugs.
You'd have to be super organized to
guns
to
and
do
drugs.
that. Yeah. So 3 girls under the age of 16, all at different times, and we find out how he does it and who they were. These type of girls that he would pick up. This wasn't he wasn't like coaching or anything like that. It's actually kind of worse. All of these girls at some point had worked on his farm. They were like one was 13 years old and worked on his farm. So not only is he employing 13-year-olds on the farm, which seems weird and whatever, but then he's also going, well, if she works for me, I guess I can have sex with her too. Yes, apparently from after this all goes down and people kind of talk to everyone around there, it's a weird thing. This area is kind of a tight-knit area where they don't really like to talk to strangers. If you bring up Lorrie Wilmot, they'll either tell you everything or tell you to go the fuck away and don't talk to them.
Really?
One or the other. It's like a small town here. The same thing. It would be the same thing. You go down south and ask about something, or up north or wherever the fuck and ask about about something, either they'll tell you everything under the sun, or they'll tell you, I don't know, shit, go away.
They treat you like paprika. It's either nothing or something.
Nothing or something, goddammit. Just like paprika. So apparently he used to get in his pickup truck and cruise around the back roads looking for underprivileged young women.
What a dirtbag.
That he could have sex with. Apparently he'd troll around these back roads and he would find young women, usually, as that's what he liked. He was into the young girls, and he would talk them into climbing into the bush with him and doing a little action. And he would offer to pay them, of course, and he would pay them. So he was basically finding young, poor girls and making them prostitutes by offering them money and talking them into having sex with them for money, sort of thing here. Apparently...
But it's not a thing that they do. He's just like making them do it.
They're not prostitutes to begin with.
But
like
he's turning them that way right now.
They're girls who are willing to work on the farm. Like, these are people like, this would be like if someone went to Home Depot to pick up, some guys to help them
put a bathtub in.
Put a bathtub in.
And then you rape them.
And then raped them. This would be super, very, very strange day.
What a terrible Sunday.
That's a bad Sunday. It starts out in a Home Depot parking lot and ends up with rape. Those are two worst things that could happen to you. So apparently
dropped back off at a Home Depot
back there. So he was famous for this, though, around there. Like, everybody knew he was doing it.
Really?
All the like it was like a joke. Like, oh yeah, he's going to look for some girls in the back roads again. They said that his whole thing was he would roll down his window and hoot at the girls. For some reason, he would hoot at them, and everybody called him Tootie because he would hoot at these girls.
Ew.
He did this so much that everyone in town called him this nickname.
Ew.
Because he was the guy who was sticking his head out of the pickup truck window to hoot at fucking underage girls.
Ew.
Creepy as shit.
He's the original honky.
Yeah, it's
gross,
fucking gross. It's absolutely gross. And everybody around there was like, he got arrested, and everyone was like, oh yeah, he's always going out there. And
well, that shit was illegal.
Yeah, it was just like everyone knew he was doing it, but nobody really had any, they
gumption to fucking stop him.
Nobody was like, hey, somebody keep an eye on him, call the cops. It was just like, hey, Tootie, isn't he funny? That's funny. He goes around and tries to pick up 13-year-olds with offers of money for sex. That's funny, right?
How did this be found out?
That's really
by
good.
The police.
Oh well, we'll get to that. Okay. One of the young girls came forward, and that starts a big thing. So now he's arrested, and like we said, now he goes from being Mr. Squeaky Clean Paprika Man, and his wife being the secretary at the school and all this, and Mr. National Hero and everything, to the sleazy guy who shouts out a pickup truck window at young girls, which is fucking gross. His wife files for divorce.
Good.
Pretty quickly.
So everybody else knew, but not her.
Not her. Okay. She apparently didn't know.
She just found out.
She found out now. Yeah. Once you get arrested for it, and it's not one, it's 3. 3 is a lot. Because 1, I mean, he could probably, who knows if he's a con artist, he could talk his wife into, it's this girl, and she worked for me, and I don't know what's wrong with her. She's crazy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Might be able to talk somebody into that. 3 is like, ooh, boy, 3's a lot. 3's a lot. That's a lot of girls coming. 3 underage girls, a lot of fucking girls to come forward. Oh, it's fucking bad. So now he's completely fucked.
All 3 are underage.
All 3 underage. They're all under 16.
Oh, Jesus.
It's gross. So he's now he's completely fucked, because now everybody knows this about him, and he's out on bail, and his wife has left him, and kids are gone. They're grown up by this point. Sure. So he is stuck at his fucking house. People will not associate with him at this point. Also, because now, in a small town, if you're the guy who, diddled 3 underage kids, it tends to put a stigma on you. It's not like a big city where you could just blend in and be fine. This is a small area where everyone fucking knows him.
Deviled eggs going yellow.
No paprika anywhere. Yeah. It's a paprika shortage.
Right.
If during this time you experienced a lack of paprika in your spice cabinet,
now you know why.
This is why. This guy's horny fucking shitty old dick made your deviled eggs not festive as they should be. You made your aunt make a comment at Thanksgiving where she went,
they're just not the same.
Where's the paprika on to? They just look kind of plain. You went,
they taste the same.
I'm not the one who fucked a 13-year-old, okay? All right, Aunt Sally, you fucking twat. Yeah.
It doesn't even taste like anything. Just eat it.
Why is Aunt Sally a twat?
Because she is.
She is. She's bitching about the paprika. Only a fucking twat would bitch about the paprika.
Still a deviled egg.
So now he has problems. At one point, he has problems at his house that he can't get anyone to even fix because they won't associate with him. Oh. So he's sitting at his house. At one point, his fucking plumbing goes completely bad because he owns like a farmhouse, and he can't get anyone to come fix it.
All right.
Which is, imagine that. You have no, I mean,
associate.
They're still, they don't want any part of him. They don't want to go to his house, except for one guy. And it's Paul Calhoun, shit pipe enthusiast. I got you good there.
I was on board.
And he says, hey, guy, how is it you come to arrive here, you fucking asshole? Huh? Look at this place. Your shit pipes. I got to tell you, I've been looking around. I've been in a lot of old houses. These are the worst shit pipes I've ever seen in my fucking life. Look at you. It's clogged with 13-year-old fucking girls, you asshole. What do you want from me?
What are these garanimals? You can't flush these?
Fuck, you can't. You can't flush the feety pajamas that you tore off. That's not going to work. Look at this fucking asshole. No, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to backhand you. I'd like to clean your shit pipes and smack your wife. But your wife fucking left you because you're an asshole who fucks 13-year-old girls, so she ain't even here to get a good backhand from me. So what the fuck am I even here for? You take your shit pipe, shove them right up your fucking ass, and I don't know, maybe you could hire a 13-year-old to come clean them out for you because I ain't doing it. Fuck you. Have a good one. Hey, have a good one. I gave him the goodbye. Poof, and in a cloud of PVC and shit, he's gone. And Lorrie is very, very upset.
I'm the asshole.
And you're the asshole. And there was nothing wrong with his plumbing. I just made all that up. I had to get there. I don't know how else to get Paul Calhoun to South Africa.
I was certainly on board.
Yeah, don't worry. I had Vince McMahon in the car too. I had them all. He was ready to burst in and go, I don't know.
I was on board as Paul Calhoun on an American Airlines.
He's doing it. He's flying over there with his plunger on his skin, sticking out of his carry-on bag. I don't trust him to check it. It's my good one.
Checking shit.
It's my good. See, that's my father's initials carved into that. He handed that one down to me.
It's an old one.
It's a good one. It's an old one. It works great. You never.
Don't build them like
this.
They
don't make them like this no more. You go to Home Depot and get one like this. What the fuck is wrong with you people? What a disaster. So there is a trial for him. This goes to trial. It's a very public.
He doesn't plead.
No. He denies. Wow. And his arguments are interesting here. His counsel here argued that the 13-year-old girl did not identify Lorrie Wilmot as the man who raped her. She didn't say Lorrie Wilmot raped me because she doesn't know that's his fucking name.
She called him Tootie.
She said Tootie raped me.
Oh, she did.
She did. She said it's Tootie, the guy in that truck, and everyone knows he's Tootie, the guy in that fucking truck. It's not a big mystery.
And they're wrangling up all the girls from that TV show.
Yeah.
Where's
so
Tootie?
Kim Fields is coming in there, and she doesn't understand. Why have I been subpoenaed? She's very, very, very unsure of what's
Blair's
going on.
just gotten a legal marriage here.
That's
and she couldn't give a fuck.
And the other one, who's Joe?
Blair, it was Joe.
Joe
was the one that.
Joe has been. She's got a Lifetime movie to film because she was in every Lifetime movie for 30 years.
Blair was the pretty one. The
the blonde one. Yeah, whatever.
She wasn't pretty.
No, she was just blonde. I would like to see the Valerie Bertinelli versus Joe from Facts of Life death match that went on at Lifetime for the different roles. I feel like they just, every script that came in, they threw it on the floor, and those two had to dive for it like the opening of an XFL game to wrestle for the ball back in the day.
They broke a pool cue in half and threw half in.
That was it, and they had to fight to the death. Like, I'm doing the one where my husband's a pilot and he kills me and then flies away. I'm doing that one. You can't have it.
And she's bleeding out.
My mother tries to get him extradited from Thailand. That's mine. So take that, Valerie, fucking asshole. So, she returned. She referred to him as Tootie. She testified that Tootie was a white man who had stopped on the side of the road in a white Isuzu Baki. I guess that's the pickup truck.
Gross.
B-A-K, a white Isuzu Bukaki. And
terrible.
It's especially in this scenario. And gave her a ride, apparently. He stopped and said, do you need a ride? And she said, okay, sure. And then I guess he later stopped and went out in the bushes and raped her. And then he gave her money. I guess he pulled over in the bushes and raped her inside the truck, and then gave her money. And did a Sonny Corleone after he broke the camera and he fucking cleaned himself up there.
And then threw her out.
Yeah, that was the end of the ride.
God, Jesus.
So terrible, fucking
scummy.
13 years old. This girl is. You never say.
There's no coming back from that.
No, and a 13-year-old isn't it's not like she was 16 and he's going. She said she was 23, and I kind of believed her. Right. She's 13.
She's got a Dora the Explorer backpack.
13's a child. Period. Right. That's she can't afford a Dora the Explorer backpack. This poor woman.
Really?
This poor girl. No, these are really poor kids. He's going around the back country looking for these are basically girls that are wandering around looking for farm work. They have nothing, and he's going around
years off her feet to rape her.
He's going around raping and then throwing some money on top of her. And now when they had the trial, they had this girl up there who was 14 years old at the time on trial for days of cross-examination. The way a trial goes there is not the way a trial goes here.
Yeah.
Here, if you got a 14-year-old rape victim on the stand, you wouldn't even ask her a fucking question.
Right.
You wouldn't say shit. You'd say, next witness.
Right.
I have a defense attorney wouldn't.
No.
Because there's no way you have to be
There's nothing positive about that.
Nothing. No matter what you do, you're going to look to the jury like you're attacking a child who's saying they got raped. And that's never going to fucking look good for you or your client. You look like a henchman for your client who sent you to harass this person. So it doesn't look good. Over there, apparently, you can just fucking completely grill a 14-year-old for days, and that doesn't go against you at all. She said she was, raped by him. The cross-examine went on for 3 days, cross-examination. She was assisted, apparently, by the young girl had a social worker with her and a court-appointed child intermediary also. So, kind of to help her get through the whole thing. They didn't just throw her in a room and we're like, here, you're 14, figure it out. I don't know.
She had 2 sleeps to deal with this. You know what I mean? You had to do this, go home, go to bed, do it again, go home, go to bed, and then come back? That's
fucking
too much.
It's terrible. In America,
worse than the rape.
In America, you would never have especially a child, ever. They wouldn't even they would not have maybe a question of clarification of, did you say you went to your friend's house and then went here? Okay, no further question.
Okay, get off the stand, go get a
That'd be it. It would never be like, now tell me this. You would never do that in America. It wouldn't work out in the U.S. The next after this here, they said that his attorneys tried to say that she was untruthful, she's a liar, and that she has. They tried to say they could never find one, but they tried to say she had a record of untruthfully accusing people of rape. I don't know when she would start this because she's 13,
right?
So I don't know when she would.
How much rape is she accusing?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. So that if they could never find anything that made that stick, that charge, but that was their way of, she does this all the time.
Okay.
So it was one of those, which is fucking despicable here. Apparently, they said that, after this case with Wilmot, that she had made 2 other separate claims of rape also there, but then they couldn't substantiate it.
But
so
if she's a poor, lower class,
she might be. She might.
Maybe she's been raped more than once. You guys,
and especially predators have a sixth sense, and they sniff out victims, and they know who the victims are.
Why are we discounting the fact that the possibility that this girl's maybe been raped 3 times?
There's a reason why the same people get abused over and over. Predators have a sixth sense. They absolutely know who to fuck with. Mm-hmm. They know it. They don't fuck with that one. If you look, there'll be these goddamn little league coaches or whatever, where they have a whole team full of kids. They know the weak one.
Absolutely.
They know the fucking one who's got
sick
problems.
Gazelle is easy to find.
They know it, man. That's what they are. They're like sharks. He was in. It's weird too. They don't even have him in a suit over there. They had him in a blue and white checkered shirt.
I mean,
I was like, it's all right, whatever.
Not bad.
I don't know. Put him in a goddamn tie.
The Vans?
No, I don't think so. Maybe though. You never know. So they said he looked healthy and relaxed during the whole proceedings. 3 other girls testified that they'd also been picked up by Tootie, and he had fondled or had sex with him. He'd fondled them and had sex with him before he paid them. One said the 2 girls had, quote, explicitly established that Tootie was a nickname for Wilmot, that's what they were trying to do. Yeah. They were establishing that he would pick up women and pay them for sex all the time, but that's from a voluntary level. But they were just saying that a man named He's Tootie, who drives around in a white Isuzu picking girls up and offering them money for sex.
Got himself an MO.
That's his MO. And so they got people up there to testify, and then this person saying, I didn't fucking agree to it. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference, because you can't just,
Can't just do that.
Can't just fucking do that. No. So that's it there. Also, his attorney argued that the description of a white farmer named Tootie who drove a white Isuzu Backy could, quote, reasonably fit any number of persons in the Grahamstown district.
I suppose.
Only one of them's called Tootie, though. Yeah. That's the thing. Only one of them hoots out of their pickup truck window at young girls.
Right.
So
there's only one Isuzu Backy that's got voices coming out of it.
That's what I mean. Right. That might be a common farm truck or something. Sure. There might be a bunch of white guys that drive Isuzu Backies around. Right. That might be a thing, or Baki or whatever the fuck it is. But they're not named Tootie, right. And they don't have they're not known for picking up young girls for sex. So that sort of thing here. The judge found that while the girl they'd never been asked to I guess there was a discrepancy of when she was asked to describe him. Mm-hmm. Was it before or after or something like that? But the judge rules that the identity has been established by the fact that she, along with multiple other people, identified him of the same characteristics. He's Tootie in this truck. Blah, blah, blah. So that gets legally divorced. Now, that gets legally, whatever. Divorce is what I'm talking about next, because his wife divorces him, like we talked about. She left him. Now the divorce comes through. This is during the trial. Apparently, during the trial, he lost his family farm, which had been in his family for years, generations here.
Trying to pay his legal funds?
And nobody wants his fucking paprika because it's tainted with fucking tears of little girls. They arrested him on his paprika farm.
Oh, no.
I guess his wife had divorced him there, and his estate was sequestered because of the divorce, where they couldn't fuck with it, and he ended up losing the farm and a bunch of other assets because he couldn't pay his bills because all of his shit was tied up with his wife in the divorce. So he pretty much everything went downhill in a very short fucking period now.
Don't fuck kids.
Don't fuck kids. Every one of these guys we've had who has fucked a kid, it didn't work out well for them.
No.
It didn't.
They lost a lot.
Remember Buck Zumhoff?
Dare to say everything.
Yeah. Remember Buck Zumhoff? 60 years. The best was that he tried to run out of court while they were sentencing him. He just said, I'll just run away and they'll never catch me.
What if I just keep walking?
What if I just run out of here? I don't have to stay for that. I don't have to stand here and take this. Pray tell.
Can you imagine? I wish he would have said that. I'm not standing for this, sir. I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
I've had enough of this shit.
Deputies tackle him and fucking forcibly cuff him. Jesus Christ. So March...
You are slandering my good name.
Come on. This is fucking bullshit. So March of 2000 is the verdict here. And he is found guilty of raping the one 13-year-old girl. The judge, Judge Froneman, said Wilmot is, quote, very fortunate to not be convicted of the two other rape charges of having sex with minors. The judge, a different magistrate who ruled over the other charges, he ruled that the charges that the sex with the other two was consensual in nature, and that the state hadn't proved that the girls were underage. How do you not? They're not old enough yet, and he had sex with them.
They're still 15.
Did they not know their ages?
Did they have sex later and then came back in time to do this?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if they had to prove he knew they were underage or if they had to prove they were underage. I'm not sure about how the law works there, but
South Africa, get your shit together.
Yeah, 2 out of the 3 rape charges are dismissed, though.
That's pretty good odds.
That's not bad, but he is nailed on the one of a 13-year-old, which is not good. He would like to be bail. He would like bail before sentencing, and they say, "Fuck no."
Are you shitting me, sir?
Hey, Tootie, take a fucking hike. We got a nice bench for you back there, Teddy.
Tootie.
Yeah, there you go. It's all yours, pal. He is guilty, denied bail. March 22nd, 2000. That was March 3rd, I think. March 22nd, 2000. The denial of bail is reversed. and he is allowed bail. He's back on the streets, and he's back on the streets. They let him out, and he says he's starting a new business since his farm is gone. He's starting a transport business, and he's out on the street here. Now, keep in mind, this is March 22nd, 2000.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to how long he ends up staying out. Now, this is overturning the judge's previous decision not to extend his bail for the sentencing, basically, is what this was.
Yeah.
The judge said that this judge that lowered his bail said that he believed Wilmot had a reasonable chance of success if he appealed the conviction.
Mm-hmm.
So he's even saying in open court he thinks it's a weak case against him and gave him bail.
Gross.
Which is fucking gross. The judge said the state had problems with conflicting evidence and faced an uphill battle proving that it linked Wilmot to a 13-year-old girl rape in 1998. They're saying I don't understand that.
How long until this judge is convicted of rape? What's going on?
He's like, I don't know.
They can't convict anybody around here. I've been raping them for 30 years.
Where I'm from, that's just called a widgerywomp. I don't know what to tell you. Get you 10 points. Get you 10 cricket runs.
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
It really was. I love it. Oh, I love it so much.
Dirty judges.
Dirty judges. So his lawyer here, Terry Price, he said that the state had run its case against Wilmot, quote, poorly and negligently, failing to apply the most basic principles of criminal law, procedure, and evidence. Mm-hmm. So just it's a disgrace. It's practically the OJ trial, is they're saying here. The state's case said that, like I said, the other two, they said the state's case was, they tried to use the fact that he was acquitted of the other two as like against the third girl who he was convicted of. Like, well, I mean, he was acquitted of these other two. I mean, she's obviously a liar, too. It's one of those. It's fucking crazy.
2 of 3 are no-goes, so let's just say the third is a no-go.
Let's make it a sweep here. Let's do that. So now Wilmot here, old Lorrie, says he is going to seek an appeal after the against the conviction after he's sentenced. He faces a sentence of 15 years unless he can provide the magistrate with compelling reasons why a lesser sentence should be imposed. He said in an affidavit this week that he was confident his appeal would succeed. The 13-year-old, now 14, who they talked to, says she still lives with the horror of the rape. Her mother says that she was pleased that he had been convicted, though. She said, quote, she still suffers from this terrible memory even now. Yeah. Because it's like a year later and she's a child. So that'll happen.
Yesterday.
It would and even if it was consensual as fuck, having a 13-year-old having sex with a fucking 50-something-year-old creepy old farmer would traumatize her, even if she thought she wanted to do it.
Infinitely.
It would still be. They're not old. It's not old enough. So, yeah, not great here. He says, they talked to Lorrie, he's running a company that transports timber all over the Eastern Cape. Mm-hmm. That's what he said he's doing. That's his transport company. He says in his affidavit he's built up some assets since all his shit was sequestered, and he requested that he be allowed to remain on bail pending sentencing and to keep his businesses going. Okay. So April of 2000 is sentencing. This is the same judge here, the same magistrate who dismissed the 2 charges against the other 2 girls as this girl here. And he says, make sure to say that you're fortunate you weren't convicted, and gives him you, sir, may fuck off. 12 years in prison.
That's not enough.
3 of which are conditionally suspended.
What? Less time than she's even been on Earth.
Yep. And 3 of which suspended.
9 years?
That's what you got.
Wow.
9 fucking years. So he's still appealing that, though. He doesn't think, wow, I got away with something.
Yeah.
He goes, absolutely not.
That is so steep.
That's, Are you kidding me? For that? Jesus Christ.
I paid her.
I threw a couple of 20s on her fucking belly. I don't understand what the problem is.
So happy.
And I gave her farm work. Jesus Christ. So November 2000, he appeals. It's to the high court, and a full bench of the whole court here confirmed both the conviction and the sentence in November of 2000. So then he went to the appeal court again, and he sought to have new evidence introduced. Yeah. It's like like our moves. Once your appeals are exhausted, you got to have new evidence.
Is he out this whole time?
Well, he's out this whole time on bail.
What the
This whole
fuck?
time on bail. He's out this whole time. The court at this point sets aside his conviction and his sentence and sends the matter back down to regional court to hear the new evidence. They basically said, whoa, this whole thing's fucked up. There's some new evidence. Let's bring this
the
bitch
county sorted out
back to zero, and you guys go now retry this with this new evidence we've had here.
What?
It's crazy. Now, evidence was introduced that by two women that this 13-year-old had claimed that to them that it wasn't Wilmot that raped her, but another man. These are two women who've never been involved with this case before. He just found them now, and now they're witnesses for him. His defense attorney argued that the identity of the rapist had not been firmly established. He said the girl that, the name Tootie could have referred to any other white man, like he said. He said that the state had failed. The state failed to ask for a lineup, apparently, in the beginning. That was the big thing of the identity. And they said that that should have weakened the case. Now, the prosecutor said 4 other witnesses corroborated the girl's testimony that that's fucking Tootie. There's no other Tootie in town. Right. Ask anybody who Tootie is, and they'll all say that guy. It's pretty fucking, whatever.
Also, a rape victim fucking knows.
Yeah, they know. They know it's that guy.
You see the guy and you go, oh, fuck everybody. I don't need a lineup.
And
that's
Tootie.
Certainly my guy.
And Tootie.
Yeah.
And Truck and everything else. Now, after this hearing, he declined comment or any of this shit here. He said he's working for a bus company and rebuilding his life right now. He doesn't want any part of this shit. Obviously. I've moved on. I'm good now. Understand? I'm fine. I don't know why you keep bothering me about this. Sure, I raped a kid a few years ago, but Jesus, you're going to make a federal fucking case. How long is that going to stay out? How long are we going to talk about it? You rape one kid, it just sticks with you for 3 years even. This is ridiculous.
Treating like a husband who checked out a chick's ass in the grocery store.
Come on. What are you doing?
I didn't fuck her.
What are you doing? So then these appeals are going back and forth. It's taken to the high court again on appeal because he's convicted again. High court. They kick it back down to the lower court. March 18th, 2003. The matter is, he's still out on bail.
3 years.
3 years since he's been convicted and 5 years since the rape, and he's still out. Hasn't served any fucking time, barely.
That's ridiculous.
The court here, he presents 2 new witnesses here, and the magistrate, the same one that sentenced him, said the new testimony was hopeless and a pack of lies. He also said he felt that the new witnesses were clearly compromised. So he said, you fucking coerced these women into doing this, baby.
These are your friends, bro.
Yeah,
they live next door to you.
Both of these women, before he lost his farm, worked on his farm. And according to reports at the time, had been coerced into taking the stand. So he took a couple women that used to work for him and said, go up there and tell them I'm fucking fine and I didn't rape anybody.
There's an extra 20 in it.
Yeah, that's literally what it was here. Wilmot's counsel also argued that about the young girl's credibility, was a little, it's a little less than perfect there. I don't know. That's what they're saying. And after considering new evidence, the magistrate considered everything and took it all in and convicted him again. Fuck off again, asshole.
Okay.
2003. This is May of 2003, which is ridiculous. But they're trying to get his sentence reduced because they're saying that the whole thing has cost him everything: his marriage, his farm, his he has nobody to rape now. Nobody.
Yeah.
How's he going to rape?
The paprika sticks are all gone.
His Azuzu's gone. He has no paprika to lure these people in. How's he going to do anything? Now, the judge said that nothing has changed in his view, that the girl who accused him has been a consistent and credible witness who didn't even change her story under multiple days of cross-examination. They said the only person who could have denied the evidence that he raped her was Wilmot himself, and he chose not to testify.
Well, no.
So it became her word against his, and his wasn't there.
Right.
So
that's her word.
If it's your word against somebody else's, and that's all there is, you got to
stand up.
You better fucking. If it's DNA evidence, shut the fuck up and let your lawyers do it. If it's he said that he did this and no, I didn't, and that's all it is, you get up there and you fucking be more credible than that other person. If that's what it is. If you didn't rape a 13-year-old, you couldn't keep me in a fucking seat. I'd be yelling at the window of the car. I didn't rape this 13-year-old. Everybody that could fucking hear it.
Duct tape my sock through my mouth. I'm going to be screaming.
Forget it. So he says, quote, the judge here, clearly the 2 witnesses gave evidence that was fabricated with the intention to save their former employee. You, sir, may keep fucking off.
Yeah.
Sort of. His sentence, though, is reduced to 9 years in prison with 2 years suspended.
7 now.
So now it's 7 years. 2 years suspended for 5 years. I don't know what that means. So that, I guess that's 2 years suspended. If something happens within that 5 years, they tack the 2 on. So basically, he's doing
He's
fucking
got 7, but do 5, and then you'll only have to do 2 more.
It's ridiculous here.
Jail math is crazy.
It's you really got to go at it. It's like the Common Core shit. You have to figure it out from a different angle. So,
you got to draw circles and shit.
Yeah. So they said that he will appeal again. Damn it. He will be appealing. He said he can't, this is ridiculous. Now, they do extend his bail after they say that he needs time to prepare an argument for mitigation of sentence. And he said he doesn't know what he's going to do. Wilmot said that, he's going to keep living his life. And he's going to try to rebuild his life, and he may do another appeal route. He doesn't know, but he's starting to get down on himself, thinking that he's probably going to end up in prison now because he's been sentenced multiple times, but he keeps going down.
Yeah, you got a point.
And he's older. He could appeal this till he's 90 and just eventually get no prison time. But instead, on March 1st, 2004, he fucking shoots himself.
He gave up.
He gave up. He said, fuck it, I'm done. Boom.
Unbelievable.
Done. Yes. An inspector for the police, for the Grahamstown area in the Eastern Cape there said that Wilmot took his own life on a Sunday evening by shooting himself. He was found by a neighbor with a suicide note nearby. No doubts, no foul play suspected at all. He fucking...
Or that 13-year-old got somebody really good.
Really good. Which I
really hope that happened.
That would be great. But I think he was just...
Think the pressure did it?
He had nothing. Everything was gone. Everybody thought he was a piece of shit. He was going to prison, where an older man who would probably not be treated well for what he did in there.
South Africa,
not good stuff. He had a rough time coming up ahead of him, and he fucking deserved it. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
No foul play suspected, and they conducted a full inquest and found no foul play, and it was definitely a suicide. A friend of his that's been working in that business with him, the bus thing or the transport shit, said that Wilmot had been experiencing some personal problems recently, no shit, like having to go to prison.
Right.
And also there was rumors of him having an incurable disease, pedophilia. That's what that disease is. Either
cancer.
Yeah.
Fuck anything else.
Apparently that was there too, where that's a rumor that was going around that he had an incurable disease. Now his wife at that point, his ex-wife, she described what she called as, quote, pathetic sympathy she received on her husband's death here. She said it was a mixture of compassion, distaste, and tangible relief, is the way she put it. Yeah. So people were like, we feel bad for you, but fuck him, and we're kind of happy he's dead. Yeah.
Aren't you glad you washed your hands of it? I mean, you washed your hands of him. He washed his hands of himself. High five, sugar.
She sold right before the market crashed.
She is Ken Lay.
She was fucking boom. It was like 07, like March of 07, and she's like, I'm dumping all my real estate right now. 6 months later, smartest person in the world.
Sticking around any longer.
So one of these people...
That's fantastic.
One of her acquaintances said that they felt that it was a lifting of a burden off of Pam, having this around her neck. They say that Pam was quite happy after that going into the 2010s and everything. She has a boat docked down on the coast, sails the open sea as often as she can, not trolling for 13-year-old girls to have sex with.
13-year-olds in her wake.
I mean, which is crazy because a lot happened to her. And, someone like that I feel bad for because she didn't fucking know. No. She's working at this school. She thinks she's got this nice husband who's high profile. She doesn't know he's going around fucking flagging down
Can't imagine.
Girls and everything like that. And what about the people who are fans of his? They didn't fucking know. And like all the local people who thought he was kind of a hero, not to mention these 13-year-old girls. I feel bad for all these people, Jimmy. All these people.
You're really good today.
I'm good today. My segues are on point today, but not nearly as much bad as I feel for, let's start out with if he used his real name.
Okay.
Anthony Wilmot here. Anthony Wilmot, who is an 04. I don't know what rank that is or what job that is in the U.S. Air Force.
E4?
Oh.
E04, right. It's an E4. It's new. It's early.
There you go. Well,
he's been promoted once.
Well, he's also has the same name as a rapist. So I feel bad for you, Anthony Wilmot in the Air Force. Or maybe, he's more casual. He's Tony Wilmot. Found him too. Director of security at Belterra Casino Resort in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, poor fuck.
Jesus Christ. Or maybe he's going a little low key. He's going by his middle name, Lorraine. So you'll find Lorrie Wilmot, who is the probation director at the Broome County Probation in Binghamton, New York. And
poor lady.
Yeah. So you just say, fuck it. Where's Lorrie Wilmot? Well, that depends on how you spell it. Laurie. That poor Lori is going to be found when you look up the other Lori, and she is a therapist at CRC Health Group in Bend, Oregon. And then you look at her and you go, I feel bad for her. But then you think, what about poor Lori, Lori? There's her too. Lori was a restaurant manager at Stone Pepper's Grill in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is insane. And then finally you think, but what about Lorrie, Lori? And you find him. In 2005, I found in the Hartford Courant newspaper, the Excellence in Patient Care Award went to Lorrie Wilmot of Torrington, who received the Student American Dental Hygienist Association Foundation Award, and then was immediately had it pulled from his hands when they found out that he had the same name as a rapist.
That was incredible.
That was good. It's not bad there. Not bad at all.
That is so many ways of fucking.
It's every way, babe.
Crossing streams.
It's every way. Had to prep some shit,
and
man.
there is one for all. That's incredible.
It's everything, man. So his legacy here is people around here still, remember him for what he was, and then they remember him as a rapist. Apparently, basically the way they look at it down there is that they look at it as more of the way the racial shit works out than anything else. The way this article puts it this is put very well. It says the story still stirs the imagination because there seems something effortlessly Eastern Cape about it. The idea that a man considered otherwise decent can use racial authority and sexual power to do as he pleases with his employees, who at this point are pretty close to slaves there. I mean, they're being paid, but not much. It's not like there's no OSHA.
Right. There's no money, and that's an enticement to keep
that's
working
what I mean.
and keep quiet.
Yeah, but they say people don't really want to talk about it around there, and it's just kind of brushed under the rug there. Nobody really wants to talk about it. People are kind of, just kind of push it aside. One person is David Emsley, who is the chief executive of the Eastern Province Cricket. He grew up with Lorrie in the village of Salem there. He said, quote, I've known him all my life. He was a hugely respected cricketer and a larger-than-life character. And then they said, well, what about the rape? And he went, so, can I get you a pint? I just didn't want to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about that
Deviled
shit.
egg?
Deviled egg? There's no paprika, but, it's still good. It doesn't taste like anything anyway.
Eat it yellow.
Eat it yellow. Can't get enough?
Oh, boy.
Tough shit, because
We've had plenty.
Tough shit. Not a lot on him. Apparently, rapists don't sell merch well.
No?
It's weird.
Strange.
Super weird. Buck Zumhoff, too. Not a lot of Buck Zumhoff swag out there on the shelves. I did actually find a Buck Zumhoff t-shirt out there.
That's true.
That exists.
Yeah.
And I will not buy it,
Never.
actually.
No,
I'm not buying that fucking rapist t-shirt.
No.
Pedophile asshole.
Fuck that.
So this guy, and even if there was stuff, who cares? Fuck this guy. No one cares. If you did like him, I assume you stopped after the rape. So it doesn't matter there. So that's Lorrie Wilmot, and that is South African cricket. And I've never felt like I knew less about something than
and justified.
And justified.
I feel justified in it, and I'm going to keep ignoring it based on this episode.
Good idea. It's messed up because, I'm doing this whole episode. I'm like, I don't understand. And then I get to the rape, and I'm like, this I understand. This we've covered. This I get. That's the sad part. Okay, rape trial. I know how to cover a rape trial.
I know these stats.
Yeah, these are good. I know that sort of shit. I know his DNA stats there. But, that's that. So if you like that show, if you had fun listening to us talk about cricket and try to figure it out, you can tell us very easily by going to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, and giving us 5 stars. It helps a lot. Tell us that we're following instructions, following directions, whatever. It's not for our ego.
Give us 5 wickets.
It's all 5 sticky wickets. It helps move us up the charts. That's really all it does. It helps push us up the charts. So it's a business thing. So we appreciate everything you do for us there. Also, go to shutupandgivememurder.com right now and check out the tour dates because they're all up now. Tickets go on pre-sale on the 15th of May, on full sale the 17th of May. Right. If you follow us on social media, there's pre-sale codes. Right. So you can get in there, follow, don't Don't ask.
Don't even
follow us on social media. Follow us and look for it on there. And look for it. See if it's posted, because Sarah does our social media. She's diligent about posting shit like this. So just look before you ask, because otherwise we get 500 messages of, where is this? And
we're
it's
sorry
in there
for
already.
ones that we're not going to.
Yeah,
we're trying.
We try. We're
doing our best.
There's also, we're not done yet. Also,
Right.
this is like this little tour, but there's more shit being booked after this. We're looking at Seattle. We're looking at Salt Lake. We're going to get back to Boston. Yeah. We are coming to Portland. We'll get back to Portland. We love Portland. We've been there twice, and they sold out fucking immediately once, and then a twice the size venue sold out again just as fast.
New York City's a great market. We're not stupid.
We're not. San Francisco?
Oh, Jesus.
Do you think I will just to go to San Francisco and
James wants to retire
and
there.
break fucking even on the trip? I'm happy as shit. I'm like, free vacation. Yeah. It's my favorite city in the fucking world. We're coming there, goddammit. You have everything. You have ocean and seafood and legal weed. It's my fucking dream. And weather. I love this
hoodie
place.
weather. That's James's favorite.
Hoodie weather. My God, Jesus, I can't get enough of San Francisco. So we'll be in all these places, and any place we don't get to, we can't go everywhere. Right. We just can't. We're not like a comic that tours the road all the time. They tour 40 weeks a year, so they can pretty much get to every market. We're doing like 20. Right. So because we have to do these shows. Right. That's the thing. We have these shows, and then we have Vile Human Beings is going to be coming up. We have a lot of other stuff.
Kids? I have kids.
We have 2 kids each. We can't be on the road every weekend. We just can't.
You guys, but I got to see them too. They'll be pissed.
Not only that, we have to see our kids, and we have to make these shows. Because if we're on the road 40 weeks a year, we won't have a show to take on the road, because we wouldn't be able to fucking do these twice a week. So that's why. It's not because we don't like you. It's not because we don't want to come to Des Moines. I mean, we don't want to go to fucking Des Moines, but we don't want to go to Omaha either.
No.
We think we're fucking chomping at the bit to go to Omaha? Sorry, Omaha. No offense.
We've been in Cincinnati.
Yeah, we've been there, damn it. We want to come see you guys who are in Omaha. So you guys are great, but the actual surroundings, it's flat and ugly and shitty. Sorry, we'd rather be in San Francisco, as you would be from Omaha. So it's no big deal, or Des Moines. But anyway, we're coming everywhere we possibly can. We really want to see you guys. All joking aside, we really want to see everybody, and
we're doing our best.
Have a good time.
It takes time, and it takes a lot of effort, and we're putting it all in.
And there's multiple factors. We have to worry about availability, and then does it fit into our routing? Because maybe we have a show in LA one weekend, and then the only weekend Boston is available is that weekend. Well, we're not going to have LA and Boston the same weekend. They're kind of far away from each other.
It's a long fucking flight.
So that's the other thing. And then it turns into routing, and then it turns into, there's a challenge because someone else, all this shit that goes in the booking.
Can we get back in time to fucking put out a show?
And then can we get back in time to put out a show? That's the other thing. So
all from a hotel room?
No, there's like 4 different factors that all have to click in perfectly, like you're turning the keys to a submarine to launch a missile, for us to be able to take a date.
And then we got Sarah carrying the nuclear football.
And then
so we
she's got the football.
Here.
We have to do it. So if one of those things is out of place, we can't take the gig. And so that's what we have. So anyway, we can't wait to see you guys. If you want to, this was the point of what we tried to say after we made fun of half of America. If you want to get these tickets, do that at shutupandgivememurder.com. Like I said, follow us on social media. You'll get the pre-codes, and there'll be links to everything. You'll get the pre-sale codes, and then you don't have to ask any questions too. It is at Crime and Sports on it's at Crime and Sports on Twitter and Facebook, and it's at Small Town Murder on Instagram, and the Small Town Murders Twitter is at Murder Small, so you can follow for those dates, and it's at Small Town Pod on Facebook. So do that. Now let's talk about our favorite goddamn people.
Jesus.
Our producers, these people have been wonderful. They have gone to patreon.com/crime and sports, and they've made a donation, or they've gone to PayPal and used our email address, which is crimeandsports@gmail.com, and they've made one-time donations. They're just our favorite goddamn people, and they keep the show afloat, and we just love them so much. So Jimmy, let's do it. Hit me with them right now.
This week's executive producers are Cheryl Dodge, Leah Gordon, Shannon Russell, Ronald Carl Williams II, not Junior, the second.
Not a junior.
I promise. Avasa Breta and Gary Howard, and then happy MBA to Lee.
Hey,
so
congrats.
Lee got himself an MBA, and we helped him with that.
Well,
so good for you, Lee. Congratulations, man.
But I don't even have a high school diploma.
Yeah, get out there and business manage some shit, man.
No shit.
Good for you. Julia Holmes and her son Chris Edwards are also producers. Pierce DeCourcy, Ashley McHaffey, MK Skippy 24. That's a screen name. I doubt that's somebody's name. Colleen Stachowiak. That's ruined. Moving forward. Aaron McSweeney. Kenneth Garrity, Katie, is that Katie? That is Katie. Katie Murphy, Allison Davis, Earthios Darkarma, Earthios Darkarma. Thank you. Don Peterson, Megan Bassler, Courtney Devon, Grim Karen, which I'm jacked about. That's amazing. Megan Bassler, Courtney Devon. I said that. Gable. No, it's Gabe. Gabe Weeby. Gabe Weeb.
Sure.
That's all of them.
Any possibility.
Marla Happany, Tanya Marion, Robin Rosenfeld, Judith Keel, Ruby Perez, or Roby. I think that's a U. I'm pretty sure. Mitchell Fisher, Delinda Andrews Luingi. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Kathleen Libby, Alyssa, that's Alyssa Catuagno, Matthew, damn it. Matthew Winalski. This is the hardest fucking week
You're on a
ever.
tough
I'm
week
serious. Here. Kristen Buford, Holly Sutton, Joe Boyd, Caitlin Gagnon, Nikki Dunn, Jude Kendall, Thomas, Radio Yes. That's how it's spelled. I'm sure it's wrong, but Radio Yes sounds good.
Radio Yes.
Sounds like a new Morning Zoo. Yeah. Radio Yes. Say yes to Morning Zoo.
Tomorrow morning, all week long on Radio Yes, 101.6.
Corbin Van Leuven, Mariah Aguirre or Aguirre.
Either
There's
one.
So many.
Could be any of them.
Benjamin Ryan, David Damitz. David, yeah. That's a good one, David. Yeah. Rob East, Allison Morris, Dick Donovan, Charles Burrows, Cassie Lewis, Eric Barber, Dominic Hooten, Simona Kuniva, Simona, I'm so sorry, that's what I am. Mackenzie Rankin, Mackenzie Rankin. Amanda Miles, Edward Kaczynski, Keith and Sandy Stover, Megan McSherry. She's in the UK, I believe. Thank you, Megan. You're a sweetheart. Peta Marie Karate. Anytime P-E-T-A, I'm never going to pronounce that. Peta?
Yeah.
That's Peta, right? It's probably Peta. It's not PETA, right?
It could be PETA.
It could be PETA.
There's PETAs.
Don't look at me. Nia Williams-Jones, Rosanna Robinson, Christina Doling, Kim Hodgkins, Hodgkiss, Melody Potter, Fletcher Wilkinson, Jen with no last name, Stephen Valentine, Susanna Larson, Jeremy Doran, Amy Schwartz, Brooke Hand, or Hard. I think it's Hand. I'm sorry, Brooke. Either way, it's a dirty last name.
Filthy.
Hard or Hand. Allison Riley, Benedict Hutchinson Brooks, Michael Joseph, Valerie Ferguson, Brendan Doherty, Jinji Liu, or Liao, or Lau.
Cool.
Asian
Thank you.
names are always a brutal one for me. I can't get through it. I can't do it.
It's tough.
I'll never figure it out. Andy Snow, Bridie, Cornane. Sarah with no last name, Ashley Hardison, Dustin Lang and Ashley Hardison, Gemma Hawkins, Norman Sather, Rebecca Norse, Lindsay Greth, Brandy Morgan, Becca with no last name, Tara Clarendon, James Beckman, Amy Lasher, Allison Tamelitz, doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I'll never get it. Michelle McMorris, Stephanie Hawk, Mr. and Mrs. Arnie Arbuckle Sr., Jason Durham, home stretch. Are we ready? We're ready.
Oh, we're ready.
Okay. Amy Whitaker, Sophia Gamble, Kendall Broom, it's Bloom. I think it's Bloom. It might be Broom. I'm sorry, Kendall. Rebecca Bleckman, Denny Sheeran, Damian Barney, Liz Vasquez, Eric Langenecker, Anthony Canella, Rachel Stora, Jason Fuller, there he is, Jana Gilbertson, Chelsea Morgan, Christopher Bossman, that's a dope last name, Thomas Smith, Brendan Abels, Jesse Hartman, Alexis Dobler, Kimberly Thomas, Janice Hill, Nico Costa Wizen,
Okay.
Oostawizen.
Hey,
that's what that is.
There we go.
I'm in now. Nathan, that's wrong anyway. Nathan Nolte, Tyler Gwill, David Albery, Reagan Shalkley, Krista Walker, Clay Thorson, Julia Edwards, Shelley Kiff, Ashley Vio, Lenny Blunk, Amanda Dwornicki, Dana Grayson, there he is, Amanda Berrigan, Jude Kendall, Peyton Meadows, Rana Abshir, Bourbon the Doberman, that's a dog on Snapchat.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, Bourbon, appreciate you. Karen Pang, and her restaurant in New York is Hunger Pang. Do you see what it is?
Yeah, go eat there.
It's in Brooklyn. Hunger Pang.
Go eat it.
Her husband's a chef there. Jason Miller, Roscoe Van Dam, Nathan Little, Jordan Bennett, Susan Spiegel, Elizabeth Britton, Alex 5 left. Alex Browning, Karen Edgen, Nia Williams-Jones, I said that, and Justin Miller again. Thank you guys so much.
They're so awesome because we don't require anything from anybody. We really don't. We don't require shit from you except to listen and maybe tell your friends or something.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be great. But the people that go out of their way and they go, you know what? These guys give me like 5 hours a week of entertainment if they listen to both shows.
A couple extra dollars.
Or even 2 hours a week if you're listening to one show, 2.5 hours a week, and they go, that's worth $2. Yeah. It's worth $1. It's worth $5 or whatever they feel like it is. And that's what we like.
So fucking sweet.
We would much rather do that than like people put shit behind a paywall. So you got to pay this much per month to do that. We're never going to put a price tag on it. If you guys want to give us $1 a month, awesome. You want to give us $100 a month, awesome. You want to give us Ugats and tell your friend, great, thanks. Yeah. We'll take it. Whatever the fuck. It's on you guys to whatever you feel like. That's all it is. And we are just blown away that you would feel like helping us out like that. Thank you for that.
It's insanely overwhelming. And as much as we can tell you,
changed our lives.
Right. As much as we can tell you thank you, we can't tell you thank you.
That's right, man.
That's what it is.
So thank you guys so much for that. And Jimmy, what if they wanted to thank you or say fuck you? How would they do it? Either way.
You can tell me thank you, fuck you at Wisman Sucks, WHISMAN Sucks on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Facebook is full, but I think every couple of days fake accounts drop out. So that's nice. I like that. And then that rewards somebody that's been sticking around for 3 weeks.
Rewards with Jimmy's posts.
Rewards with
him complaining about traffic.
Me bitching about all kinds of horrible things. So you can find James not really bitching about much except for sharing the show posts we're at.
And answering you guys. You can find me at Jimmy P is funny, or just copy and paste my name from the show description because you're going to spell Petrogallo wrong if you don't. So do that. You can find me all over. Say hi. Do whatever the hell you want.
Saving his bitching for the show.
Yeah, just save. Yeah, exactly. Just please, before you ask questions, just see if it's in the post first. Just do that. Just saves everybody here a lot of time because there's a lot of volume of people asking questions and it's just hard to answer, and we want to answer all you guys. So if it's we're not saying fuck you, you're a pain in the ass. We're saying we want to be able to answer all the questions. So if it's something that you can find out in 2 seconds, just try to find it out.
Streamline your question.
Yeah, streamline that. Also, anything like as far as like the time of this or age, this or that, or is there a bracelet? Venue. We know nothing about that.
That's
Contact the venue and ask them. That said, holy shit, I'm excited. That's good.
Holy shit, where's the Tylenol?
Holy shit, where's the Tylenol? Live from the Crime and Sports Studios. We will see you next week.
Bye.
If you like crime and sports, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
He was hip-hop's biggest mogul, the man who redefined fame, fortune, and the music industry.
The first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy built an empire and lived a life most people only dream about.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But just as quickly as his empire rose, it came crashing down.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment.
charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, it's not real. Now it's real.
From his meteoric rise to his shocking fall from grace, from law and crime, this is the rise and fall of Diddy. Listen to the rise and fall of Diddy exclusively with Wondery Plus